government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Refuse to go along with this, and I've seen through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Welcome back to another Night of Steak with Koolfrogg. We're gonna have fun tonight. We're just gonna sit around and we're just gonna chew the fat, like we already had been doing for the last 23 minutes without recording anything for whatever reason, because that's the way we do it. So hopefully everything's all working well. How's everybody doing tonight?
Excellent.
We are gay and laid.
That killed me.
Okay, so let's make sure this is actually working over here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. See, last night we had some issues, and we had like an hour's worth of streaming before somebody went and told us that we were, or we realized that somebody come and told us that we weren't actually running on YouTube. We were just recording. I do have the recording. I haven't had a chance to actually go and drop that anywhere yet. Maybe I'll do that some one of these days here soon. But it was a very interesting night. I suppose America Shirts wants to say something before we go too far.
I do.
Super Saiyan Shirts.
Super Saiyan shirts.
Super Saiyan, you plebes.
Whatever. You wanna show yourself?
Oh god, am I connected?
Good to say for yourself for the night.
Is
Oh,
that
okay, it's
legal?
connected. What the hell?
Show yourself in public. Is that legal?
Not on
It is
YouTube.
perfectly legal.
It's okay on YouTube for educational reasons.
Only if
Exactly.
we're doing yoga.
Oh,
So you can go to americashirtsarefirst.com. That's americashirtsarefirst.com, the most based t-shirts on the planet. Grab yourself some based t-shirts.
The most based.
based. Yes, sir. And whenever anybody sees you in those shirts, they'll see the truth. So grab yourself some. And I got my free Canada shirts, and I have, I think, 2 others that I'm coming up with
I do have a couple
for
of
Canada.
young
So
men
there you go.
For whatever reason, just this guy named Trucker Jimmy decided to drop in. How's it going, Trucker?
how's it going here? By gun, it's gonna be a fucking hot one.
Mike Hunt is in the room. How's it going?
I'd just like to ask, please come pet Mike Hunt. Thank you.
It's just he wants somebody to pet him. He
Regularly.
really wants somebody to pet him.
Oh,
I do also have Outpost Nerd with me. He decided he just wants to be the Outpost Nerd. You can see I'm the America Frog.
Woo, America, motherfucker.
America.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you have your clip?
Again, say the motherfucker.
If you have your clip, we'll play your clip for your show.
What was that?
If you have your little 20-second clip, we'll play your clip for your show. If you want.
Good idea.
I clip it out.
Otherwise, it was just supposed to be a reaction show, and everybody's just being dormant and not talking. Come on, guys.
what are we reacting to?
Well, to yourself.
To myself.
I understand Mike Hunt killed the chat.
Just, that could be, dang it, where am I? What happened to
Oh, yeah,
this
all
game?
night.
Okay, I did have a couple things to actually spark some conversation if we didn't have anything that just came natural. Apparently, I needed to go find that sooner.
Well,
I mean, what are we allowed to talk about,
excuse
Koolfrogg,
me.
man? because I will take this channel down a rabbit hole, but maybe
And
not.
you don't
when you
need to
want
take
on
it
stream.
down. You just need to, keep it dancing and playing and having fun with everybody else. And you can, rabbit holes are rabbit holes. It's
So
talk
truckers,
about it.
terrorist
where
or
you trying
not?
to- where are you trying to go with this? What are you saying? What are you trying to say?
Well, look, we got some truckers here. We got some America people here. Let's talk about the issue of the day. Is it a siege? Is this warfare? Are we in a second civil war and a war in Canada?
It certainly seems like that's what's kind of approaching.
All of those children in bouncy houses, it is evil, it is dangerous. They need to be taken
most
off the
certainly.
streets. It is
But they're
horrifying.
blocking 28% of the trade between Canada and the US by saying on that bridge, right? Like, so the Canadian government, 100% authoritarian assholes. That doesn't make them wrong, right? Like, they have correctly identified a siege of their fascist government.
So, okay, so
In that capacity,
I'm
yes.
kind of glad you went there because out of the few clips that I actually did have pulled up for tonight for conversation starters, one of them was actually one of those. I wasn't prepared to actually have to do
There's
this.
children writing
So
thank you letters and like
Drawing
we
little
care for
trucks.
you
I grabbed,
letters
I
to
grabbed a
truckers.
different clip than what
It
I'd
is
actually
the
seen.
most evil thing
previously.
the world's ever seen. It needs to be stopped.
It
It's
does.
so bad.
It's disgusting.
This is
Roll the tanks. Literally,
Yes,
roll the tanks.
Roll in the tank and roll the nice ball.
Back up, you'll be arrested. Oh, hey, buddy. You gotta get so close now. Fuck, bro, your breath stinks. Jesus, take a fucking shower, bud. Right, I've been out here all day and yesterday too, and I don't smell half as bad as you.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's hugging!
Yuck,
No!
yuck. Get angrier, bitches.
Just so much.
Eat shit and die angry, motherfuckers.
But you see what we don't need to
Oh
watch it.
no!
Free!
Remember
Free!
that very scholarly judge went back into like early British common law and like found a reason as to why you can't honk your truck horns. Like it was very exquisitely done there.
I mean, here's the
Right,
short
and then
version
that
of
one
why
guy
no one
goes and honks
cares,
his horn
right?
and gets arrested.
It's the only time you see that kind of work out of the government.
These are people hitting back, right? The other side of this already seized part of Seattle, Portland, and Minneapolis with guns and then murdered a fucking black kid in a city park live on Twitch. Like, nobody cares that honking a horn is annoying someone anymore, right? The other side already took it way past that into street level violence and targeted assassinations.
Oh yeah, totally.
How dare
yeah.
they honk their horn? Yeah, get fucked, bro. Like, nobody cares. Your
Yeah, they're like
authority
going around
is dependent on
Exactly
the consent
what
of the
Mike
governed.
Hunt just told you.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
fucked.
I mean, in Canada, they were going around in 2020 and stuff, and even into 2021 last year, like firebombing churches and like different places in Canada. I mean, like, my God.
Like, we're way past honking the horn. So you trying to claim that this is some great evil? Like, no, you don't come across as serious.
No, because you enabled and then you paid for people to get out of jail, and then you basically enforced their illegality on everybody. And then, oh yeah, now again, as you say, right? It's like, oh yeah. So you go off and it's completely government sanctioned attacks on us, the people. And then now,
they're
oh
being
yeah,
good little stormtroopers. They're not police officers anymore. They're stormtroopers, pure and simple. They're Nazi stormtroopers. I'm gonna take a line from Pastor Arthur. Nazi Gestapo.
Yo!
dude, that was Jimmy's
Are
stream
you
today.
shitting me?
Did
That
you
was
watch
literally
James
my
stream today
stream.
or something?
You must have seen
You
it.
should go watch that later.
You just described like the last 45 minutes of my stream. We were just talking about that guy.
Get out!
Get out!
He was just arrested.
Immediately,
the other
not
day.
idea.
It
What's
is
that?
utterly ridiculous. They need to change. Cops around the world need to change their motto from serve and protect to serve each other and protect those in power. I can't
Well,
count
all
how
those
many.
cops quit, right? Like, so that's what happened in Seattle. Of our 1,200 cops, 300 quit in the last 2 years, right? Like, when you're down 25% of the cops, those are the ones who had options and moral conscience. They found the door.
Yes, yes. Now it's just cops that are under UN corporate control. They're underneath of Democrat Party control, at least in the United States, Democrat Party control, like liberal global hack party control in these Western countries around the globe, where it's either completely federalized or it's so damn regulated it might as well be federalized.
Name some. Can y'all? Any of y'all name one thing that we're not taxed on? I can't. We are so. It is utter.
Even our own death
I may be wrong on
death
even this, but
tax.
the air we breathe.
Environmental tax.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing we're not taxed on nowadays.
Well, it's
In my
worse than
backyard-
it's comparatively worse than when we were throwing tea in the harbor.
Do y'all remember that Fox show Sleepy Hollow?
Sounds familiar.
Well, it has Ichabod Crane. It's the story of the headless horseman told in modern times.
Huh?
Ichabod Crane was a spy for George Washington during the American Revolution. And through a series of events, he and the headless horseman arrive in the 21st century, in the modern day. He walks and he starts working with a police officer. He gets in the car. He looks at his receipt from getting a coffee, and he says this: "Oh my God, look at this taxes. We started a war for less than this."
Yeah,
It's a great
exactly.
show. It's a great.
Exactly.
I mean, the problem is with that, and I understand that mentality of like, holy hell, like, I mean, everything is so regulated and controlled by the national government at this point. It's not even, I mean, they're barely even considered, I mean, you might as well not even consider them federal at this point because of state representations like trying to be thrown out the window. Unless you're a Democrat state with a Republican president, then you can have as much state control as you like. Right. It's a one party rule. And, it's a,
Well, this is partly on the Republicans, though. They're not willing to just not do it.
They're not willing. Rush Limbaugh used to say, the things we need to do is like taking your medicine. It's going to suck. It's going to taste awful. But in the long run, you're going to feel better. And the Republicans nowadays aren't willing to take their medicine.
So, like Texas running their own border guard, that's a good first step. They should have been doing that shit for the last 2 decades, right? Like,
oh my God,
fuck
yes.
defense that. Yeah, right? Like, that's all I'm saying. Nothing more than that.
I mean, and that's completely constitutional. I mean, everybody's like, oh my golly, like the national border, it's a national border. Yeah, but it's also a state border. And the state has their own sovereignty to a certain degree to protect their own state borders. I mean, again, like, for example, if you didn't want, for example, some states have marijuana that's legalized, some states don't. And if your state is a state that has not legalized marijuana or certain recreational drugs, and if you don't want that coming across your border, then if you see someone that
Yes.
you know has been trafficking it, and you've heard that, like, you can stop them at the border, and I mean that's legally allowed, even in a city. Like if there's a city law that's against certain things like that, you can stop that. I mean, why not the state border when it comes to illegal aliens coming across the border? Because they're not just coming into the United States; they're coming into the state of the United States. Again, we are a federal republic of several states. That's what that's about. So, anyways, but yes, I mean they should have been doing this a long time ago. Right, totally right.
That's a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier with the police.
Yes. Do you recognize that?
That's from the first Transformers movie before they went shit.
Yep.
Before Megan Fox got all uppity.
Uppity.
You can tell I'm Southern using that kind of word. Those kind of words. But yeah, it's all about money.
Before
Like, there's
Megan
parts of,
Fox got all uppity, though. I mean,
I
really,
stare at her ass one time and she gets uppity.
well, she start well, when you think you're better than your boss and start telling your boss what to do, don't expect to have a job
drugs
that long.
do funny things. Oh,
But there's parts of Tennessee that you better not have anything of value in your car, or you will get pulled over and they will take it.
Damn, bro.
There was a guy I saw a story years ago. Guy had $10,000 that he had just left a funeral for, and that was his inheritance. Driving through what's it called? Oh, what is that? There's a term for it where the cops can seize assets. It was meant to stop
Oh yes, I know this.
be from drug dealers, and the assets are used to fund the police department.
Civil forfeiture.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes,
forfeiture. Right, right.
they will take anything. These in Tennessee, these couple of police departments will take anything they can from people.
Wait, if that's what that is, then what's eminent domain?
That's
Eminent
where the
dom-
government itself will come in, and they'll pass a law or something, and they'll say, "Hey, we need," or like a city ordinance or something like that. They'll come
Yeah.
off. They'll be like, "Oh, we need this plot of land, or we need this thing
right.
for
Oh,
the
this is
public
Eminent-
Shit on a
good."
We're gonna
bigger
do this
scale.
So we'll
highway
just
expansion,
pay
you
you
need to
off
tear
and
your
take the
house
land or
down.
whatever. That's
Oh,
their
It's
interpretation of eminent
taking
domain.
your
That's
house
not
to
mine.
build a train line.
Yeah.
In Up,
I don't agree with that, but
that Up is kind of a perfect example of eminent domain. In the Disney movie Up,
The
how he
Disney
loses.
movie Up, really, if you haven't seen it, you actually probably should go and see it before the
Didn't he get off the hook? So it was an assault charge that he was up against, and he got
Yes,
off the hook because
they
he
were go-
agreed to go to the Shady Farms or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but they wanted his house, and
Yeah,
used
they were
that-
building next to it forever and making offers, and the assault charge was what would get them to get the house.
Yeah, they were trying to use eminent domain to get the house, and the assault charge allowed them to do it. Then the house went bye.
Okay. So basically, the city can do it too.
Yeah, it's more of city things than it. Same thing, different terms for it.
It's on a grander scale than the civil forfeiture.
Yeah,
I don't even agree with that definition of eminent domain, because you have the inherent right to your own property, period, under the Constitution and
So,
the Declaration of Independence.
under
So,
the-
anyways,
the
but that's a
right
whole
to
other
not
There's
have
discussion.
rules
soldiers
of
in your
eminent
house,
domain. Like, I go back to my hometown or whatever, and they actually did this thing where they wanted to put an overpass over the railroad tracks in the west end of town. So to get this overpass over the top of it, and it was partially funded by a major company or whatever to actually get this done, because they needed to make sure that their trucks were able to actually get across the tracks without having to wait for a train for a possible 45 minutes at a time. Nonetheless, an easy way for ambulances to come across. And there's a guy that lived right on the side of the road there or whatever, and they told him that they needed to take his house. And he fought because he didn't want his house taken away from him or whatever. And he got it where they actually left him a piece of land that before they actually started tearing everything down, he had built a big ass garage on that had a second floor. He ended up fixing the second floor with the proper fixings to actually make it a livable home. So when they tore out his house, he still had this big, tall garage that sat right next. It's an eyesore that sat next to this huge overpass on the opposite side of the tracks of a Fastenal company, and they're the ones that had a lot to do with actually funding this overpass that they put in. And when you look at it and you're like, this is ridiculous. And it's just this big, huge, tall garage that sits pretty much by itself because everybody else that was up the block took their money, whatever that they got for the eminent domain rules. So I mean, they get paid for it. They're not just going to take it from you.
that you get paid a very minuscule amount.
Buy it from you, and everybody that was actually on that block that actually still sold everything and didn't fight it or whatever, they all got like 150% of what their house was worth.
That's a
wasn't
very
big.
unique case from what I've heard. Then, because from what I've heard, they'll give you a set amount, whether it's half the amount the
No, they
area is
needed
worth.
they needed to do this though. So maybe there was a rule behind them being able to do this without whatever. And they seriously, every single person that there's like 5 or 6 homes, and each and every single one of them were tore out, and they all got like 150% of what their house was worth.
I had a
So
friend.
And that's
I
why
had
they all sold out so quick, as opposed to fighting for to keep their garage, because they're like, oh, they thought that they weren't going to get that much money. And everybody did.
There's a road in my town, and they've been trying to 4-lane for about 5 years now. And I had a friend who lived on near one end of it. They knocked on the door, told his mom, says, "Hey, we're taking about 100 and 150 feet of your yard for the road." Well, that was almost half of their front yard.
Yeah,
She didn't feel safe having her kids that close to the highway.
yeah,
So instead
right.
of fighting it, she just moved.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's exactly something to fight for. So
Well,
So
and
I heard the
often
way
people
this
sort
thing
of
works.
make them pay for the damage, right? Where if you end up having to move because they chopped your lot up weird, they end up having to just basically buy the whole lot off you and then sell the part they're not using later.
So I heard the way this thing works is that the government will come and basically give you an offer on your home, and it'll be a small offer, and you're supposed to say no to that one, right? And then they'll come back and they'll give you a bigger offer, and that's the one you take, because the third time they come back, they're coming with something that'll let them take your house, and they won't give you shit.
Mm-hmm. I had friends that his parents lived about maybe 2 blocks from the water. Now I live on the Gulf, so you're looking at a lot probably worth $2-3 million within 2 blocks of the Gulf. Some guy knocks on the door and says, "Hey, I'm gonna pay 1.5 for your house." And they're like, "No thanks, bye." They knew they could get more from it.
Yeah.
If I understand, they still live there. But this is a place where John Travolta has a house there. Shaq has a house on the beach there. Oprah, all these huge celebrities, and they live maybe within 5 or 6 miles of them.
God, who
It's.
wants a place next to Oprah?
Did you ever see the movie The Truman Show?
I
yes,
haven't. That's with Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Yeah,
where
it's
they
on,
filmed
it's
that
on my
movie.
watch list.
It's where they filmed that movie,
Okay.
and it's very idyllic. It's a nice place. Let's see.
All the freaking Epstein child trafficking that probably goes through that place.
Oh, have y'all seen this? Hold on. Dang it. I'll get this eventually. This streaming stuff. Have y'all
Yeah, it takes
seen?
a little bit of finagling to get used to here.
Have y'all seen this? I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, as soon as it comes up, I will totally do that. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh no.
Lord of Rings, The Rings of Power, first images, new story details.
I mean, this whole thing is just so racist, right? Like, they're trying to appropriate a cultural myth of English people as some kind of POC thing because it offends them white people have their own mythology.
I demand
Yeah,
bearded
yeah.
women dwarves.
Oh, I'm so sick of hearing about Harry Potter's dumbass.
And then, like, the thing they're
This
yelling
is,
about fans
Bilbo
at
Baggins.
is that the fans were like,
No.
okay, so
And
women
Frodo.
dwarves have beards.
No.
And they're like, you're racist. And the
Serious.
fans were like, what are you even talking about? We were talking about beards.
That
What?
that guy, believe it or not, is Elrond.
Oh,
What? Oh my
That
god, they should all be fired.
That little pig Ooh, don't want to say that.
Elrond wasn't young in the Second Age. Like
No.
he was thousands of years old.
Let me show you what he that is supposed to turn into. It is utterly
Wow.
ridiculous.
Well, this is
I don't
already
know
garbage.
what that meant. That was all confusing to me.
That little guy is supposed to become this badass. One of the biggest, baddest dwarves, not elves, in Tolkien's mythos.
JV, I'll get to your thing in a minute.
Elrond was B tier, but I get where you're going
Absolutely.
with that.
There were times by the time of the Lord of the Rings, yeah, I would say so. But before, in his younger days, he was a badass general.
Are you trying to show
But
it?
like even then, right? He's not like Glorfindel.
Yeah, for some reason it's not. Let me share just a second ago.
But it's probably going to
Hey.
be all a bunch of
Is
like
it just a picture as
skinny
opposed to a
little
website?
white boys that are.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's just a picture.
You gotta
Even in the Lord of the Ring days, Elrond is more of a bitch than Glorfindel.
this in the center, the window as opposed to the tab.
Can we just all agree that Samwise is like freaking insanely, stupidly strong?
Yeah,
You gotta pay
realize
attention to what you're sharing on that window.
He beat the Aldrich Horror. The freaking what's his name? What the fuck is the spider's name now?
Sheldog?
What?
It's
Shelob,
like
yeah.
Shelob? Yeah.
Shelob, yep.
Whatever.
That little guy that we saw a minute ago on the hill. I don't know if is it showing up now.
I mean, I just don't accept this as canon, right? This is just assholes like using the names to be assholes. This is no
there's the
different than
guy.
bad fan fiction from
Yeah.
people who didn't like the series. I don't regard it as more than that.
Is it showing now?
Yep.
Yeah, it's up.
It's that little guy is supposed to be this badass.
Yeah,
how many
it's so bad.
hundreds of
So
years
bad.
ago was it?
It was
Thousands.
Oh,
But still, you're looking at Elrond and most elves in Tolkien's mythos. They're ageless. Once they become mature, whether short of injury, they do not die.
right.
Galadriel, she remembers the time. She remembers the time when they were in Valinor before Middle Earth was even.
It's going to be a sad day when that person
Yeah.
actually goes.
Galadriel remembers before the sun, right? She is not young.
No, but still, she's ageless. She's still beautiful. Now check this out. This is what ticks me off the most. One of my favorite scenes in the Two Towers is when Gimli's talking to Eowyn and telling her this, like, why people don't think there are dwarf women. It's because they have beards.
Yes, me and Mike were just talking about that.
Killdozer, a good man pushed past reason.
Okay, my computer's being a prick right now.
It's fine. Take your time. That's
Marvin Heemeyer.
But like, I think this is what shows such bad faith on Amazon's part, right? The fans are just like, okay, we expected the dwarf women to have beards, and their response was to call them racist.
Yeah.
Fucking
Nice.
what?
That's taking criticism well. You racist.
Right? Like,
I mean,
that
this is all
shows the
just-
bad faith you're responding in.
All right. This is all just done to purposefully destroy any like story or mythos or anything.
And
of
this is
nature.
why we need to kill Klaus Schwab.
It's to kill our heroes.
I mean-
look what they did to
I
Superman.
mean, it's not that we need to kill them. It's just that there's a couple of them that are so damn old that just need to pass away.
No, I will personally put Emperor Palpatine to like the noose. That I will be the one to like have to bear that karma. I'm cool with it.
Can Nancy Pelosi join?
But yeah, I mean, like this is the purposeful
I'm sharing another
destruction of
clip.
anything in our culture, in our society, any of it. It's just further just stirring the pot of shit. I mean, yeah, look at this.
What? No.
That's
Oh
supposed
yes,
to be a dwarf.
yes. Oh,
The strong
A
woman
European
of
dwarf.
size
What the
and color
What the fuck?
Now, I don't know who this actress is. I'm sure she's a fine actress and probably a nice lady. But
We find out who
the
the
worst-
They replaced dwarves with just a chunky black woman?
I mean, this is like when they had Black Anne Boleyn, right? Like, you're
Yes,
appropriating
that's
white
who I thought it
culture with
was.
black people, and nobody cares. This is as weird as when they have white people playing Kunta Kinte, right? Like, that shit would be strange. Do not make a white remake of Roots, please. That is not the kind of multiculturalism we need. Similarly, we don't need Black Lord of the Rings. It's okay.
Hey,
What
what would
about the-
white Kuta Kinte be called? Like, besides Toby?
Her
My
name
cunt.
is Sophia Nomvete. I have no idea who
What?
she is.
What did you just say?
The actress is
Sophia
her name's-
Navente?
I have no idea what she's been in.
Sophia Navente, is that what you said?
Sophia?
Nomvete.
Sophia?
Novite?
Yeah, I don't know what she's been in. I never heard of her.
Sophia.
It looks like this is going to be her debut, maybe.
I mean, let's be honest, right? This is like Mulan 3 level territory.
Let's be
It's not like
honest.
it's the A team.
She did The
Okay,
Tempest.
but even Mulan
TV
1 had some SJW shit. Like
This is
all the
a-
guys
this is
dressed
all
up
that
in
last
women
name for
clothes
me,
and,
too.
and the
I got that wrong. Sophia what?
oh,
I'm sharing her
I
IMDb.
guess it wasn't Sophia.
I got her IMDb.
Okay, it's coming.
Sharing. Yeah, sorry.
It takes a minute for these computers to actually see each other's.
That's her entire film credit.
Well, that's fine that she has that as a film credit. I can't really see it. It's really small.
Is that Tempest?
The
Yeah.
Tempest. Really small on my screen.
So she's a nobody, right? Like, that's the conclusion of this.
And that's perfectly fine. Somebody's got to start somewhere. Everyone's got to make their bones some way.
No, right. I just want to know who this girl really is. What else she had going on? I mean, obviously she was in the Tempest.
I mean, I'm just not willing to grant good faith anymore, right? Like, if you join this kind of project that is clearly just besmirching someone else's culture, I don't think you should be given the benefit of the doubt. I think it should be assumed you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, totally. I guarantee you, she's probably like a B, like less than like B or C rate actress. I mean, like she's probably really horrible. I mean, that's the way this is. That's the way this always ends up being. They
So then
they say, hey,
Tucker Junius is
let's-
talking about woke bullshit here.
they say,
Oh,
hey, let's have a.
Apparently, this is selling bad. The woke Superman.
Oh yeah,
Sorry to
it's
cut you off,
terrible.
Brownie.
It is selling very bad.
Speaking of DC Comics, I'm glad you brought up DC Comics.
Speaking of DC Comics.
But they're always sacrificing quality for their woke bullshit, and this is
Oh, they
what
are.
because they want to make it bad. They want to make it terrible. They not only want to make it woke, but they want to make it bad. And they want to make you like it anyways, because you're supposed to like woke and you're supposed to like going along with government bullshit, irregardless. I mean, that's just, it's just constant propaganda, constant brainwashing, constant, just, you must act, you must accept it. It's like, oh, but wait, but this is like woke bullshit. This isn't a good actress. Yeah, like this freaking bitch, right? It's like, I mean, it's like, you're not supposed to, it's like, you're supposed to like this stuff. It's like, well, no, I don't. She can't act
without
like
a
shit. It's like,
beat,
no,
without
you must.
missing a beat, you just totally
Or else. I mean, this is
Not only
Well,
that,
it's like
but it
Soviet
doesn't make
art, right?
sense
Like the
from a lore
government says
standpoint
clap,
that
and you
she's a
go
woman.
clap, clap, clap.
What,
Get
like,
her off
it
my
is, the
screen. Oh my
doctor is a
God.
man and has always been a man. It doesn't make sense from a lore perspective
no.
that she'd be a woman.
The fact that she wasn't a woman didn't really bother me. It was the
That-
fact
I mean,
that
Oh,
they
get outta
doesn't
here.
make
butchered the
sense
lore.
from a
Goodbye.
lore standpoint.
Goodbye.
Hold on, let me explain. The fact that she used that as a shield from criticism and the stories were just shit. You know, that was my problem. I stopped watching halfway through Pedro Capaldi, to be honest.
Well, it's like if James Bond was a woman. It's like that 007 is a man.
That's happening.
Yes,
Yeah, that
exactly.
might just happen.
Stop.
I mean, here's the thing, though, right? They like to pretend this is okay. Warner Media had to sell at a $50 billion loss to AT&T because they're such fucking garbage at their jobs. And there's a pretty short lifetime to your bullshit when your like boss's boss just lost his job because your company had to be sold for tens of billions of dollars in loss. Like, that's why Jeff Zucker just got shown the door in reality, right? Like, nobody cares he was banging some women in the office. Literally nobody. But they do care that CNN is down 90% and Warner Media is a dumpster fire, and, like, there go the executives.
Yeah, it's
Having troubles sharing something.
Right, and
Yeah,
think about
Okay,
think
I
about this
gotcha.
too, right? Like, for example, the thing with 007, I mean, you have a perfect actor lined up ready to do this, right? You have a perfect actor that's been playing Superman. Okay, Henry Cavill.
Flip
He's
that up
British.
first.
He has like the dark black hair, right?
Who's this, you
He's
guys?
fairly charismatic.
it's Nick
He'd probably
Fury.
be a pretty good pick for like
OG
a
Nick
007 if
Fury.
they wanted to redo it. But now
Mhm.
they're wanting to get rid of Superman and make it Black Superman. And then, oh, wait, no, we're not going to have 007 as even a man anymore. I mean, they're completely uprooting this guy's career, for crying out loud. And then on The Witcher, it's just like, oh, gee, what's the character's name? The woman's name that's there? I forget.
Yesker.
So who is
No,
that?
not Yesker.
Who was on your
Yennefer
screen?
or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Yennefer.
Yennefer.
It's like, oh, you're just so great.
Jimmy.
You're so wonderful.
What's up?
That's all it is. It's like, what the
Who
hell?
was that was on your screen?
That was Nick Fury.
And it just
he
goes
was
to show they don't
originally,
care
like,
about
white
money.
for the
They care
longest
about
time.
power.
And they're just like, hey,
They care
Sam
about
Jackson should
getting
play
in-
this guy.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they actually in the early '90s changed
Care about
that.
getting in
I
bed
think
with
the
power.
early '90s or late '80s changed that when they did the Ultimates. They turned him from a black
in the comics?
Yeah, they turned him from a white guy to a black guy. When they were looking into Sam Jackson playing the character, the
Yeah.
producers, if I remember the story right, handed him a comic that had a picture in it, and he just looked at the producer and says, "What the hell am I doing in a comic?"
It's excellent.
Comedic actor Donald Faison may soon be trading his scrubs for something a little more gold, as a new rumor
JD.
claims that the scrub star will portray a race-swapped version of popular DC time traveler when he debuts in the CW's Legends of Tomorrow.
Go down and look at the picture of the original Booster Gold. Voila. Blonde hair, blue eyed guy at that. And listen to this backstory. If I remember
Yeah,
the
they're just
backstory.
racist.
Okay, Booster Gold, he's a time, and this is going to be once I figure out how to edit this. Booster Gold is from the 25th century. He's a failed football star who could only get a job at cleaning a superhero museum. He decides one night to rob his place of business, leave his wife and child to travel back to the past to become rich and famous as a superhero. You're really gonna get a black guy to play the DC pinnacle of a deadbeat dad? Does no one see the irony in that? Now, I loved Donald Faison. I loved Scrubs. What?
I mean, I'm just not going to watch it, right?
I mean-
Like, if your company is openly racist against me, I'm not going to enjoy your product. I'm just not even going to watch it for free.
Exactly. Even watching it for free is too much for me. I would not even do it. It's not worth my time.
Oh.
Like, if it's on the label that you hate me, I don't want to be part of it. Get out of my life.
No, yeah,
Right?
if you-
And
if
that's
you-
where DC,
Right.
It
Marvel,
is.
all
You
of that
are able
for
to
me
be
now.
racist towards a white man, and that's what they're doing. They're being racist towards a white man.
Why?
not paying
All
for that
levels
shit.
possible. To
Why
throw this
pander?
guy in the mix to actually say, "Oh, this guy should play this whatever futuristic characters," and obviously you can see the spoofing, what they're actually doing here or whatever.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous and gross.
I mean,
And
has
then
this actor ever played a
doesn't
serious
look
part before?
anything like that.
Anyway,
I think he's played some serious roles, but mostly he's known
mean-
from Clueless in the 90s and Scrubs in the New Millennium.
Donald
He's
Faison.
probably a fine actor. I just like can't respect anyone who
right.
takes an openly racist role. Like, get out.
Exactly.
Right?
And
You may as well have gone on a Nick Cannon rant about how the Jews are evil. Like, I just don't want to hear it.
And Legends of Tomorrow is the more comedic of the Arrowverse shows. I mean, hell, they beat a time demon by turning into a big fluffy teddy bear.
Yeah,
I
it
still-
could be
all right.
fine. I just like don't even want to give it the chance.
Yeah. I'm just I was flabbergasted, you know. Why are they pandering when they have such great superheroes already established that are just waiting in the wings to be
it's the
put
Great
on screen?
Reset.
You have
It
They're
all
racist.
comes back to that.
Like, you have to accept they are racists who hate you. The people who run these companies legitimately hate you because of your like ancestry and the color of your skin. And until you accept that racism, this will not make sense. But that is the truth. They hate you for your race. That is why all of this.
Yeah, and they don't care to make any more money because they already have all the billions that they could ever want. Generally, I mean, you know.
Look what's
They think
happening
that
at
they're going to enslave
ESPN.
you,
Look what's
and
happening
like
at
that will
Disney.
be that. You
Yeah,
should kill them for the good of your children. Like, if you have kids, they plan to enslave your children in the literal sense of like working the plantation.
They told you, we'll convert your children.
So you know, if you're paying attention to the screen here or whatever, so then here's Donald Faison's credits here, and you can see his filmography or whatever showing Powerpuff as playing as Professor Drake Utonium, a TV series.
Are you
that's
kidding
supposed to
me?
come up here, and he's in Star Wars Detours, which is also in post production as Killer. So I mean, the
He's
guy's
playing
been
Professor
around.
Utonium as well. That come on.
Okay,
See,
girls.
they hate you. They literally just hate you and are trying to destroy your culture and your people. Like, giving them $1 is one more dollar they will use to destroy your family.
It's
Literally.
yes, they do this. You were talking about they have more than enough money. It's not about money anymore. It's about woke points. It's how many woke points can they get? See, Booster Gold.
Yeah, there's a lot of. He did a lot.
Well, he's been on the scene since the early '90s.
Yeah.
He did,
What the
like I said,
guy's name was?
Scrubs is what made him big.
Well,
Donald Faison.
it remade him, I would say, because Clueless was what made him big back in the '90s.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did have a couple, you know, right there it is. There's Clueless from back in 99, 96
Yeah,
to 99, the TV series.
He did the movie as well.
He was
Same
in
character
Sabrina
in
the
movie.
Teenage Witch back in 96 to 98.
But it was Scrub that made him really a household name. See, he
Here's
played
the
same
movie
character in the
Clueless.
movie.
I
He's a great actor.
started out in Sesame Street back in 1992.
Wow.
You know,
But I mean, these people in these corporate heads, they put these kinds of people that make these movies that want to battle out between, as you say, like, oh, like woke points or whatever. They put them there to do that because they want it to be bad, because they want to destroy it. Like that's the whole idea. They want the stupid, idiotic, stupid, like, oh, I'm battling for more woke points than you, and I'm doing this because they want it to be bad. They want these people to do that. So they hire these people who are idiot lefties who can't do shit. And then they just go off and they're just like, I'm more left than you, and I'm more left than you the entire time, and just destroy it all. I mean, this is purposeful doing. Like they want this to be terrible. So you're not wrong in saying that, like, oh yes, they're battling for woke points, but like, I mean, the other aspect of that is the people that are their bosses, these corporate heads, they want it to be that way. They want them to battle for little lefty woke points so that all of our culture and society goes to shit.
These people hate
Control the culture, control the people.
true.
you. I mean, that doesn't really
All
work.
it is, it's
Like, that's the sad part.
I got another guess who this is for you guys.
Yeah, I'll pull you up here in a second. I see you sitting there.
Excellent.
So I mean, obviously, this guy's been on TV for so long. And he has quite the storied history of TV shows. From Clueless to The Felicity, with all these other. He was DJ in Josie and the Pussycats, as uncredited. So I mean, he'd been kind of stuck in different universes and different. Here's just Robot Chicken. So I mean, Kim Possible, which is a cartoon. So he tried doing some voice stuff because apparently people thought that he was cool enough to do so.
What's the sitch?
To get to Scrubs. Skyline was apparently a decent movie.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It was one of the three that that shows that he's accredited for. So apparently it must have been one of the better rated movies that he was in. He's in a lot of movies. He plays Haitian Jack in Murders of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G.
Wait, scroll down. It said DC's Legends of Tomorrow 2016.
That's when the series started. Those dates are when the series started, not when actually he's going to be in it. But you're getting writers and directors and producers who don't know the lore, don't know what's already been established. You see that you've seen that most prevalent in Star Wars, and you're seeing it now again with Lord of the Rings, and you're going to see it here in Legends. I mean, you have what I was saying earlier. You have such great black superheroes just waiting to be represented. You have one of my favorites, Static Shock.
Oh, god damn, yeah, bro.
I loved that show as a kid. And I love one of my favorites is when he teams up with Jon Stewart, the Black Green Lantern.
Ooh, sick.
Or you have Icon, which is kind of a kind of not far off from Superman, but still Icon, and he has a partner named Booster, who's a black female teenager.
Bro, what about Blade? What about Blade in Marvel Comics?
Yeah, I remember going to see the first Blade.
That shit was awesome.
Spawn the year after.
Yes, dude, Spawn.
People always forget that Spawn is a black man. Al Simmons is a black man. Just burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
But that movie
he made a deal with the Clown Devil.
You had John Leguizamo as Clown, and we all know how that shit crazy brilliant. He's gone. Well, he did that entire movie on his knees.
Ow.
And I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't do that.
So who knows who this character is that Jimmy has up on my screen?
Is that Adam Warlock?
I wouldn't know his alter ego.
No. There's a character. He's a superhero called Adam Warlock.
Oh, nope.
I don't recognize him. Oh, it's Captain Marvel, of course. Okay. Yeah.
Is that what Brie Larson's going to look like after her tranny surgery or whatever?
What are you
She looks
about?
like that
Literally
now. Have you
already
seen that
looks like
chin?
this.
Like,
Can you see the chin?
I remember that now. I just watched it. I follow on YouTube.
She got that butt chin like she a man.
I follow this YouTube series. They're little clips. They're called "Do You Know?" and they did one on Captain Marvel, or they'll do like little Easter eggs. And in the movie, when the little girl's changing the colors on her uniform,
Yeah.
She first changes it to like green and blue, which is the original Captain Marvel colors, and then she changes it to this red and blue. She's messing around with the settings. Okay, I remember him now. Because she, back at the time, was Miss Marvel.
Yep.
And I don't know what they called the stretchy Muslim girl.
Mr. Finn. Oh, and never mind. Not Mr. Fantastic.
No.
You
Wrong
said
stretchy
the
person.
stretchy, and I said, "Oh yeah, I know that. I know that thing."
That's another series they've never done right.
I mean,
Right, dude? They
stretchy
should do Secret
appendages does
Wars.
make
They
you
have
Mr.
the perfect
Fantastic.
setup to do Secret Wars right now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I don't know. I think I give it maybe 5 more years, and then superhero genre is going the way of the Western. It's gonna be people are just gonna be burned out and sick and tired of it.
I mean, more than enough people are already sick and tired of it. Like, you know that the only good ones that are gonna come out are like Spider-Man, maybe, or like it's gonna be something along the lines of your bigger movies that are coming out. The smaller titles are all gonna have a bunch of agenda crammed into it, and the
Well,
bigger
because
titles
as
already
people
have
were
it too.
saying, they're doing a bad job on purpose, right? I was super excited for Black Widow until I found out they were just butchering it because could.
I'm making caramel brownies, so they got.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Taskmaster was a really big letdown.
It's really hot.
Dude,
Thank you.
imagine if they made like a proper
Brownies.
Teen Titans again.
I got
and
I
we
got
we
homemade
got like a fully
brownies
fledged Taskmaster as Slade.
Ooh.
out of a box.
That Black Widow was such a letdown. The actress who played White, the other Black Widow, I can't remember her name. Her sister, Elena. Is that her name?
Oh, I didn't watch it,
I don't
bro.
remember.
She was really good. I really liked her, but that was like the only. She had these one-liners that she could just.
I mean, I don't blame the actors. Like, I think they worked with what they had. I blame the scriptwriters, the directors, and the producers. They just butchered the whole thing.
Now I hate David Harbour. I hate him with. I wish he would never work again. The guy who played. He played in Stranger Things. He was a sheriff in Stranger Things. He butchered Hellboy. And then he played
yeah.
Red Guardian in Black Widow. I hate him. Once he said, "Oh, you need it," when he used his he I can't remember if it was Academy Award or whatever for Stranger Things, and he gets up and he starts yelling, "Go punch a Trump supporter!" Blah blah blah, all that. But
Speaking of punching the Trump supporter, check this out.
How
Look
convenient.
At this. Look, what are
Oh,
you doing?
this shit.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this how you treat What are you doing? You put your hands on the Holy sir.
Is this a teacher or something?
Assault. That is assault. Oh my God!
Is that a security officer?
I worked private security. There's nowhere in the country you can assault someone like this as private security.
Look, what
Like, this is a lawsuit on film.
So it says it's a parent that's dragged out in Western school board meeting for not wearing a mask.
I'm so glad my state didn't go batshit crazy like all these other places.
Oh, mine is off the goddamn rails.
I live in Florida. I love
live
it
in
here right
Washington.
now. Oh my God, you poor man.
Oh, but even here, the governor realizes that it's done and we're done.
No, they only realize it not because of the science, because of the polls.
Well, yeah. Did you think they meant like biology? It was always political science.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I love DeSantis. I love my governor right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want him to run for president anytime soon because I want to keep him for a little while. I'm going to be selfish.
That's fair.
I
Plus,
mean, yes, I agree with that. I think he does need to be the governor because he is an example of, what governors should be doing now in
Right
response
now,
to a lot of things.
He's one. I think it's getting a little too late. Well, no, scratch that. He's not going to run right now because his wife is going through extreme chemotherapy. She's got breast cancer. Now, our agricultural secretary, who's a Democrat, he was kind enough to keep her on when he got into office. She's running against him. She's going to run against him, and she's using the fact that he's missing meetings to take his wife to chemo as an attack point in her campaign.
I can't imagine that plays well. Like, I'm trying to imagine the audience that, like, this governor went to chemo. And it's like, I don't know who would be like, damn him for going to take care of his wife in the hospital. How dare you?
It is utterly ridiculous. You know, we're a mixed state, really much with the Hispanic
Oh,
community.
I live in the communistic state of Minnesota, so you know.
Yeah,
Right,
I was
traded
telling a
for
friend
mixed
who
state,
lives
yeah.
up there. He lives in the commie capital of the Midwest. It but that's what America is supposed to be like. It's supposed to be 50 different nations, kind of in an alliance almost. You know,
Well, yeah, no. So it's not that it's not working. It's just the Democrats are really pissed off that they got told no. Right? Even in
Yeah.
places like Seattle, when they tried to take the riding to the suburbs, people were just like, okay, but keep your shit away from our kids or we'll fucking shoot you. And so they went back to downtown Seattle, right? Like, that's why Chaz was in downtown. Because the moment they went to the suburbs, people are just like, get the fuck out.
well, it's
Right?
like
Like, you show up with a torch and you're like, we're going to burn down where your 6-year-old lives. And they're like, okay, you're leaving with some extra fucking lead in you. Right? Like, that's how that conversation goes.
whoa, get on dangerous grounds with this clip.
Everybody know what
Already
this guy
knows.
actually says. Do I even? I don't even have to play it.
No,
Everybody
I
knows it.
wouldn't
But
either
you
because you might
should.
get struck.
Play it.
Don't do it. Do it.
Play it.
See, unlike the other times I've been on here, I'm looking out for you.
We can't all be the
I've
no
had a
boys, and I call
change of
dibs.
heart.
No, different words.
But
What in the world is this?
that's
Oh, Amber
yes.
versus Amber.
Oh, that pissed me off.
It pissed everyone off. She's just a toxic bitch, like the one on the right.
Well,
I don't even know what
For it
happened in
to
the comments.
actually upset you so much, that means they won. You shouldn't be so upset that they actually won.
And she, other than her, it was a great show.
She was so
It really
manipulative and
played
awful.
They got what they wanted, didn't they?
It makes you think I paid to watch it. Kidding.
Maybe I'll wait for about 2 hours before I actually play this one.
Yeah, I'd wait a
Hit
little
play
while.
right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it, pussy. You won't. No balls. Now you got to do it.
See, they're trying to get you canceled. I'm trying to
Foodie's got to have balls.
No, that's gay. Foodies can't
yes,
have balls.
always balls.
No balls.
You
Wait,
communist.
are we talking about Fudos with both parts or Fudos with just a dick and balls?
Well, then that's like just a dude.
That's not a Fuda.
Don't you know anything?
Sorry, I'm not the Fuda specialist. You are
That's
there,
just
Jimmy.
a man with tits.
If you want a food specialist, go ask Nick.
Super Saiyan charts, you got anything? Got anything fun?
Oh, to share?
About Fudas?
No, well,
Yeah,
no,
like-
not about that. No,
Share your
no.
Fuda.
What's your favorite Fuda?
Someone actually asked Nick that on you were here with Ethan Van Skyver Friday night in the super chat, and he just looked. He said, "We gotta just move on."
Oh,
I
God.
think there was this show on Netflix that had like a Godzilla animation style, and they're like, "Yeah, we have both organs." I'm like, "Whoa!"
Oh, wow.
The
So,
Japanese are
I
pretty
will
messed
share
up.
something fun that I
I
did
mean,
today.
there's always the fisherman's wife. Like, the Japanese have been weird longer than we have been a country here in the U.S.
This is true. This is very true.
That is just a fact.
So I'm gonna
Oh.
expand this a little bit. You see,
I was
well, okay.
momentarily scared you were
This
bringing up the
Dairy Queen
fisherman's
says
wife.
thank
I was
you.
like, this stream is off the rails.
Oh, believe me, shirts. We'll share
I'm having
whatever you
fun.
got. Do you see this trend over here? It says Dairy Queen. Looks like my mouse is a little off. It says Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
and Auschwitz.
What the hell?
What?
That's what's trending right now.
Why?
Well,
'Cause
Dairy
it's
Queen
Twitter.
says thank you,
They're a bunch
convoy.
of fascists.
Dairy Queen's going along with the truckers and saying, "Oh, we want our product, so we're gonna side with the truckers. Come get some ice cream."
Well,
Is that just the local
so,
Dairy Queen
yeah.
there, or is that like the official statement from the company?
It's probably a franchise owner.
Almost guaranteed it's a franchise. No
Almost
corporation would
3,000.
put that up. Yeah.
Almost 3,000 tweets. So I mean,
I love Dairy Queen. They got good chicken tenders.
Dairy Queen's a bomb.
I mean, at the end of the day, every business is going to cave to the truckers union.
Well, go. What was that other? Was it Goes? I can never remember. Not GoFundMe, but the other
Give, send, go.
Give Send Go. They've had their money blocked as well.
Well, so Give and Go gives no fucks, right? Like they're in it to win it just because they're victims of the same censorship, right? Like Give Send Go is the Christian giving site because right-wing causes have repeatedly faced this. They are like in the cause. So they'll probably get the money there.
I just read that.
Yeah.
Ice cream, you scream, the police come. It's awkward.
Oh, I love that. That's hilarious.
Jimmy's gonna change the conversation again. Who's this?
Oh, that's easy, but
Jimmy.
That's
the
a
point. The point is how freaking jacked he is compared to the
Flash.
movies.
Women
That-
have
that is
unrealistic
Eddie
bodies
Brock.
in
Eddie
cartoons.
Brock.
How dare they?
Is that no? I thought Flash
Yeah, like
Thompson
legit.
becomes Venom.
That's a different Venom.
Oh, that's Agent Venom. That's right. Yeah. The guy who originally played Flash Thompson in the first Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello, he's married to Sofia Vergara of all people.
Oh.
Do you ever watch Modern Family?
No.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's a good
the
TV show.
trophy wife, the Spanish-speaking lady. Oh my God, she's hot.
Sophia Vergara.
Oh,
She's so
I got another one for you guys. You were talking about censorship.
Yeah, Topher Grace from That 70 Show played that character in the Spider-Man 3, which was the worst Spider-Man movie in my opinion.
Trust in you.
Oh, this is definitely not the little kids comic, but like Japan is doing a better job at diversity and inclusion by telling a story with like a female villain everyone's excited for than fucking WB. And this is a trailer for it, just because fuck those guys, right? Like, there's a whole cast here. There's going to be like some more villains here in a moment. They
Damn,
did
look
the
at
whole
that
thing.
animation. Holy shit.
But what they did was just tell a good story that everyone wants to see. And so, like, I'm stoked to see this in a way I haven't been to see, you know, Star Wars or any of it. Just because Japan did a good job, right? Like,
Was estás?
this
That's
is
where the-
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man came from. I've been seeing like gifs and memes and people making like gaming figures out of him. I was wondering where he came from.
Yep, it was a popular manga, and then it's now being made by Mappa, who's one of the like very good animation houses right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone's excited for this to come out in a way they haven't been for a lot of the DC or Marvel stuff. Why? Because they just did a good job, right? Like, it's really that simple.
The only criticism I have with anime and mangas and all that is some of them are too damn long.
One Piece.
One
is
Piece
amazing.
just did, I think, 1,000 issues,
They,
yeah.
they have more than that.
It's like,
and
what is
They're
it?
at
Dragon Ball-
1,000 episodes. They're at way more than 1,000 issues.
okay, that might be what I'm thinking. I haven't read a manga in a long time, But Dragon Ball has been going in one form or another since the early 80s.
Yes.
Where does Goku go from here? He's just beat the strongest. Well, no, he didn't beat the strongest in creation.
One Piece is at 1039.
So he's actually got to go fight a space wizard now, and magic is totally different than the energy they use. So basically, it's going to be a big challenge for him.
What? No, Goku beat the space wizard, and he's off to like fight some kind of.
That's the
god
comment
thing,
I get off of that. Hello, that gets you going. Looking at this fake thing.
Oh, you gotta love Miranda.
I mean, have you seen Judy Hopps Rule 34? Like, people are fucking savages. Don't try and understand it.
You don't even need a Rule 34 Mass Effect. Just go watch some Andromeda clips.
I mean, to be honest, there's clips in just what's that? Zootopia that I think are mildly inappropriate. Like, clearly some furries worked on that movie. And I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just saying it like some of that is drawn inappropriately for animals.
Dude. Somebody actually made an anime version of that scene you're talking about. And the actual yak that's in that scene is played by Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you guys know the story behind this here?
Mm-mm.
So this is
Behind
Mass Effect.
this
And
here?
yeah,
Ha,
behind.
Anyway.
Who else but Quagmire? Okay.
Giggity goo.
All right.
Someone asked Seth MacFarlane once when the Cleveland show was announced, why won't okay, stop, Chrissy.
All right, you're right.
Someone asked him. Someone asked Seth MacFarlane what about a Quagmire TV show, and he just said, "Oh, we could not put that on television."
Oh yeah,
Quagmire the TV show would just be Felix the Cat too, like bad time Boogaloo, right? Like,
one of my favorite jokes from Family Guy is after he Quagmire discovers the internet. He comes back
I got you.
Quagmire is one of the funniest characters. But God, Seth MacFarlane, I
think he's beautiful as a character, right? Like, because he's at once like this playboy kind of like champion alpha guy, but he's also kind of a loser among his friends, right? The show does a good job of like contrasting the two sides of that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. I had to stop after I had to unfollow Seth MacFarlane from Twitter and just. But I will tell you,
it definitely got old after a while, right? Like, I think the premise only had so much to it.
That man, Seth MacFarlane, makes a good Star Trek show.
Oh,
have you seen Star Trek Continues by Vicuñana?
I've watched. I love that show. Yes.
Just gonna go check out some more of that internet porn. All right.
No,
Katie, no.
Screen's
Mr.
yours.
Superman, no.
Mr. Superman, no here. I can't do it.
No.
Screen's yours.
That's it, bro. It's just that.
He just. Do you realize though he's in his 60s?
Yeah. He's like 50 or some shit. I think when when Peter checked out his license.
And he's survived every disease known to man. Because
is that freaking Revy?
Why would this be trending on Twitter? What is this?
Make it bigger. Is that Revy from Black Lagoon?
Make it bigger.
Making something bigger.
Oh,
all right.
That looks like Revy from.
Bigger, you need to go find a wife.
Make your sword bigger. Contact your blacksmith.
If it lasts longer than 4 hours, make sure you see a doctor.
So that looks like.
What is this? This is Eyes Up Here, reader. Seductive Sunday.
Yeah, be careful with that.
Trending with 1,243 current.
Be careful with that hashtag.
but you know, I mean, it's. I clicked on it, so it's only going to give me.
See, anime makes women desirable. Western comics and entertainment, they just ugh. Easy.
Careful.
That last one had made me jump a little bit.
Oh! You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Just scroll a couple things
Go
past.
home to mommy. Go home
You're
to mommy.
fired. Go
Didn't
home
mean
to mommy.
Get everybody all riled up over nothing.
You never know. Susan is kind of prudish.
Y'all need girlfriends, every single one of you.
Yeah, yak.
I mean, I just remembered we were on your stream because I was about to blurt out something, but
That is probably more meant for a Jimmy stream where we're trying to get banned.
well, also like talking shit to the stream host is not necessarily the best idea.
This is
Not
all
being
they're
polite.
still holding strong.
Did they block it all?
Apparently they got three blockades out there that are holding up yet. So.
The one in Michigan, I think,
Damn.
is the biggest
Hold the
route
There's four of them in there.
between the countries.
Out of
So
what?
that bridge in Michigan
year's
alone is 28% of the commerce between Canada and the U.S.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't remember the numbers.
I would almost
talked
think
about,
that Emerson, Manitoba, which is going to cross into the Dakotas and Minnesota there or whatever, would carry quite a bit out of Manitoba.
I'd love to like fly up to Minnesota, just grab a car and drive.
Yeah, bro, but you still need to be
I don't know if
vaccinated.
Saskatchewan even has an entrance into the States.
You need the Fauci-ouchie in order to pass over the border.
Not to park your car in the entranceway, though.
Did y'all see the video of this little old man? He almost gets in a wreck, so he honks his horn. It's in Ottawa.
Oh, and they arrest him?
They arrest him.
Yes, I just
For
showed that
honking
on my
his horn.
stream today as well. Poor old man. They put his arm behind his back.
They just lost it. There was some lady that's like, you should go stab their tires and then haul the trucks away. I'm like, lady, I don't think you understand moving a semi-truck. Like, if you stab out the tires, those trucks aren't going fucking anywhere.
It is there.
Yeah.
That's
You are
crazy.
helping.
You're gonna need like 30 jacks to get that going anywhere.
Like, if those guys just walk down the line and, you know, pop the brake lines, those trucks are never moving until they, like, haul them out with heavy equipment.
So you see this hashtag here? I don't know if anybody can at all.
Is it Truck Fudo?
Flu Trucks Clan, go home.
What the hell?
Hashtag Flu Trucks Clan, go home is a thing.
It's because the
Oh my
WEF, like, you have to understand why the WEF PSYOP was that it was a working class movement. And it's to distract these people and make them believe that they're, like, representing the working class in some kind of righteous struggle, rather than being fascist jackboots for the WEF, right? Against the actual working class, who are the truckers.
Oh, we'll go back. It's fine.
Yeah, like you're
Go to
this
that
like
top tweet if you don't mind.
You're this like grad school graduate or something, and it's like, oh, I'm the working class. Like, oh, like my
Yeah, they're
parents have,
bourgeoisie. I had some guy
Exactly.
that worked in a biology lab, and his wife is a bureaucrat or like a coder in the health insurance industry. Like, you are the bourgeoisie.
That Diane McLeod, she has not paid it one bit
If
attention.
Canada were to drop all pandemic restrictions tomorrow, most of these clowns would not leave. They're getting their jollies from causing chaos. There are no high and mighty principles, just spoiled brats having tantrums.
I bet that's
Go down there and see if you feel the same way when you talk to these people.
Oh, I
Man, the
love Viva
projection
Fry's
is
video of
heavy.
him walking through the
Oh,
Congo.
God,
my gosh,
yes,
bro! I was watching
looking
today.
at-
Oh,
right.
it just warms your heart, bro.
I remember last week,
2,200 employees have been sent home unpaid from a Canadian car plant because there's no work due to parts being held up at the border by protesters. But please tell me again how you're fighting for Canadian families.
Well, tell me again how many times your freaking side of the freaking aisle burnt down churches, burnt down people's houses, burnt down people's
I mean, they're
businesses,
not going to take
Canada and the
responsibility
U.S.
for that,
And
right?
how
Like, they
many-
violate the social contract at basic level to the point where these truckers no longer will participate. They're saying,
Exactly.
whoa, right?
This
Like, you
lady's
guys
funny.
broke the rules. We're done with that. Talk to us or we're done. And
This
they're like,
lady's
no,
no
you have to
longer
keep
going to be
doing
on the
it. And they're
planet in
just like,
3 to
get
5
fucked.
years.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
bad.
Yep.
I give this
100%.
lady 3 to 5 years before she passes away. I am triple vaccinated. Stand with the 90% of the Canadians working hard on the railroad, making sure our supply chain remains strong.
I'm just going to say,
You're
if you're a
triple
man,
jabbed.
35 or
Triple
under,
jabbed.
like, talk to your doctor about modern data regarding these vaccines. You are in a risk group
We're
for
not your doctors.
vaccination.
We're not trying to tell anybody what
Talk
to do.
to
what
your
to do.
doctor.
Make sure you see your doctor do what's best for you.
All I can suggest is
Susan.
talking to your doctor, right? Like, but if you're in that group, men under
But,
35,
yeah, I mean,
you should
know,
talk
good
to
for
your
her.
doctor about
Triple
vaccination.
vaccinated. Imagine holding patients, hospitals, healthcare workers, and hostages and calling yourself a freedom fighter.
That's exactly what Trudeau's doing.
Well, so they depended on these people and took them for granted, and now that they're like asserting themselves, they are pissed. Right? They look down on these people, and so they're punching down to keep them obedient. Right? This is what all of this is. People punching down the social pyramid to keep truckers and people they view as quote unquote beneath them obedient and compliant.
I've seen better artwork in that in my
This piece of
8-year-old
this
niece's
illustration
homework
is a little
than
kind of
in that picture.
needs some work.
It's kind of a lie because again, the video speaks for itself. You stupid lying bastards. You know.
Right?
Okay. I would like people who think the truckers are wrong to name something besides we should breathe air, eat food, and care for our children that Russell Brand and Tucker Carlson agree on.
That's how
Because they
batshit
agree on the
crazy the world is right
truckers,
now.
right? Like Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand are on the same side of an issue.
Well, Tucker just said last night, don't believe the networks. Go on YouTube and watch these live streams for yourself and decide then. Don't listen to, he said, don't listen to me. Don't listen to CNN. Don't listen to MSNBC. Go online.
Where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at?
Oh, hi there. I'm sitting in the cab of my truck, ready to do my job, fully willing to present my proof of vaccination at the border. I'm staying away from you and the Plague Rat Express. And I'm telling you, maybe it's time for you to grow up.
Maybe it's time for you to just
Plague Rat
Maybe it's
is
time for
a
you to
Nazi
find another
saying.
job if you.
This guy is an actual neo-Nazi saying actual neo-Nazi talking points about quote-unquote plague rats.
Yeah, legit. And it's like, hey, I'm willing to present my papers at the border. I will present the papers because they asked
The
for
Jews
papers.
rifled! They are the plague rats, right? Like this guy belongs
Yes.
in the 1940s. Fuck him.
Legit. And this is what freaking Bill Maher has actually said. Did you see the clip from Bill Maher? Where he literally said, hey, Trudeau literally sounds like Hitler at this point.
Yeah, I saw that. And
he said,
oh my God, that's another sign of the end times. I agree with Bill Maher.
That thing where it's just like pulling the beads out the edge of the frame is the best thing I've seen on Family Guy. Just to like, I know that totally breaks the tension, but it's amazing.
I did this on purpose.
Because it fits.
The kids don't know.
It's funny
but
because
we
they came
know.
out of shit.
Oh my lord.
Oh my God.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
It's just endless with him, you know.
When's it gonna stop? I don't know. Giggity, 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 goo.
I would actually love to see a Quagmire like limited TV series.
That'd be amazing. They're not gonna do it, but it'd be amazing.
Like young Quagmire.
How he
I
became
don't think he could do it.
no, dude, his
Like
family's
the adventures
fucked
of
up.
Quagmire as a pilot, with like his dad being neglectful and his mom being crazy, and like him working his way up through pilothood until he like settles in Koolfrogg and like calms down. That actually would
You know,
probably
his
be a good
mom
show.
gave birth to him like 20 times.
Oh my god.
The
You
whole
gotta be
story
sure
around
screen.
Quagmire is so fucked up. His dad's
I
now a
need to
second
step
mom.
away for a second. I'll be right back.
Well, take a quick glance before you step away.
Oh yeah, what's up, man? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Oh my god! What the hell? What the
I
hell?
enjoy the art style.
What the freaking hell? What? Oh my god!
But
Oh my freaking god!
And
I
they
gotta
say
tell
satire
you,
is
he
dead.
did not have a hand in this.
This is right. This has nothing to do with.
Look how they can't even think of somebody to put the Confederate flag on.
Yeah, like you know.
Right. They're like, oh, let's just draw an arm.
God.
Very, very disastrous and horrible. I mean, really, it should. I mean,
And then that's the other thing too, right? You remember them talking about, or did I bring this up? Where the Canadian broadcasting company, the news reporters and stuff in Canada, they were all like, "Oh well, I mean, Putin wants to invade Ukraine, and so I mean, this is obviously just another sign of the Kremlin's influence and all of these
they
different
could leave
things."
Putin, but they should have made this G, and they should have made this President Biden, and this could have been the other side of what they actually have there. Whatever.
Well,
People
you
can
notice what they're holding
right.
You notice what the puppet strings are attached to.
None of this has anything to do with each other. This whole thing is a whole bunch of drawn bullshit that has nothing to do with nothing.
That's why I was laughing.
This is a crazy,
Worst,
like,
most
Lebanon
ridiculous thing I've
conspiracy.
seen in the longest time.
I mean, this is the bullshit, though, right? It's like they sit here and they call people who believe in like the World Economic Forum's influence as like freaking conspiracy theorists when they're literally being called out by the Netherlands on the parliamentary floor of the Netherlands for having personal communications with freaking Klaus Schwab, where they go to his school and they learn about how they should run the world and control the world. I mean, like they literally say this out in the open, and yet we're the conspiracy theorists. But yet that is supposed to be seen as normal on a freaking like Koolfrogg has on his shows the past couple of days, right? Like the media chart or whatever, the bias chart, and it's like there's freaking Rachel Maddow like inching closer towards the top of like unbiased and just analytics and stuff. It's like she literally promotes bullshit conspiracy theories. That's all that
these are the same people who say Russell Brand is a alt-right conspiracy theorist, right? Like, I'll believe a lot of things about Russell Brand. He is not alt-right.
No, definitely not.
So, like, I don't care what they say, right? It's just bullshit.
Yes.
It's actually being talked about now. Like, they've realized that their own credibility has collapsed because of all this. But they don't want to face why it happened.
Have y'all ever seen the picture of Rachel Maddow young?
Oh, as a little boy?
Hold on. Hopefully this shares.
That dude is like freaking weird,
Come on. Why is it not sharing? You bastard. I hate this computer.
Oh, this? Is this what Rachel Maddow looks like? Damn.
Press play.
That's just my screen.
It's almost 2 hours. You could do it.
Almost. Almost.
Why is it not working? There it goes.
Oh wow,
Surprised
she's like a
she's
valley
blonde.
girl.
What?
That girl turned into that boy.
What?
That
Well,
was
it's still a girl.
That's not real. That
That
cannot be
shut
real.
up. Don't talk about me.
yeah, and Michelle's a
Valley
full-blown
Girl.
woman too. Come on.
It's still a girl.
Nope.
It is too.
My-
God
no.
made her that way.
That shows you what liberalism will do to a woman.
And as long as you continue to agree with her at every turn, she's always going to make you believe that that's what it actually is.
I've actually heard that she might be
But-
stepping away from MSNBC.
I feel like
Oh,
Koolfrogg
God.
is like teasing us, particularly Mike.
Press play.
I just figured it would be a good one to tease with people.
Press
If they hadn't seen it, they didn't need to go
play.
click on it to play with themselves.
Ooh.
Have
Because
I
those,
ever
those
told you
hard
the
R's,
tragedy
those
of the
hard
man
R's
who
are
didn't press
something.
play?
He would save everyone but not himself from the cancellation.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell.
Well, I mean, I guess we could talk about
We
the
already-
agenda instead.
It's a Sith legend.
So, Koolfrogg, what do you know about the agenda?
I have no clue.
Well, the globalists are really trying to.
Gay frogs. Gay frogs.
Somebody just said something.
Demons! Demons!
For some reason, we're at 4 people in my guest list now. I don't know what happened. No.
Oh, wait.
Oh, and he didn't hear any of it. That's the fun part.
Here we go. I am Al Kex Jimmy.
Oh, comrade.
Hello.
You're dying to push that button, aren't you?
It'll get pushed eventually.
He's already been tweaking it. He can't help himself.
You noticed that, didn't you?
We already
did.
More younger and more powerful.
I mean,
mean-
there's an article to go along with it that explains it. It's taken out of context, apparently, because fact checkers can go back in time. and
Now,
tell you-
what he
There's the
actually meant
context
to
for
say.
this.
Yeah, like
Like Randy Marsh.
Dude, this
It's
is
like
like
him
that
saying racial
apes
justice,
comment,
like-
apes on the street comment from Joe Rogan, where it was like, dude, I didn't think you were racist until you, like, in your apology for saying this, repeated it. Like, you should have
Okay,
just
but
shut
Joe
up and
Rogan
let
is
them.
Joe Rogan.
Well, I mean, have you met the senators? Like, Joe Biden's from before schools were integrated.
Hell, my mom's before schools were integrated.
Yeah, same.
She's always telling me I didn't go to school with a black kid till middle school.
I was in a schoolhouse of all the same grades were all in the same schoolhouse. So you had K through 12 all in one school.
Man, we're gonna school this guy. I'm gonna pull up something here fun. I'm gonna stop showing that screen.
my state's a slave state. My state's
We're gonna bring this guy up. This Kenneth, aka KG Givens, which uses
yes, and the burning.
most illegitimate picture of anything ever. This never happened. This is a doctored photo. It happened in the morning, not at night.
that's literally. It's like it literally happened in the middle of the afternoon.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like,
early
oh
in the
that's
day.
no,
that's so
the
that's so
darkness
fake.
Well,
descends.
I suppose it was
lights
middle
on
afternoon for
fire.
you guys. It was a little earlier for me because you have to remember I'm in Central Time Zone, so yeah, everything was an hour earlier than
Yeah, same here.
Right. So I mean, it happened in the middle of the day. It wasn't dark at all. There weren't any fires. The smoke that you see there, that's all tear gas from the place.
And they literally highlight the tear gas like it's fire. I mean, they literally want this to be a Reichstag, a literal
Right.
freaking Third Reich Reichstag moment, and they want this image of like blazing, burning capital and blame all of the political opposition. I mean, this is literal freaking fascist playbook from
So
you know
They
Germany.
want
one comment that they already have, think that's bad. Did you see the riots of 2020, 2021, burning down and looting cities?
Yes, the actual fires.
They want to use this as their the Duke Ferdinand moment. You know, the shot that started World War
Reichstag fire.
They were wanting to start a war and use this as the basis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, this is the Reichstag fire. Ukraine is the Duke Ferdinand.
Yeah, I just watched last night for the first time The King's Man. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I brought to mind. It was a decent movie, to be honest. It was a lot better than the other two.
Manners maketh man.
Well, no, the first two I hated. I hate those movies. They start out great, and then they like 3/4 of the way just go batshit crazy. If you think about it, in the first one
I
they
can see
killed
that. Yeah,
they killed Obama in the first one because all the world leaders get these chips in their head to keep them from immune to it, and it literally shows the entire Obama and his entire cabinet in the secret meeting room, and their heads just exploding off. And then in the second one, you get these lace drugs that just freeze you to death in this stupid position. And then you get, I bet it was they don't say it, I bet it was a Republican president. And they're like, we're not going to pay the ransom, just let everyone die. It was so, the first two were so stupid. But the third one was pretty decent. So I got something lighter note, just kind of cleanse our palate a little bit from insurrections and anime porn.
So you're still thinking about the Fudas, I see.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. You gotta.
I hadn't had a chance yet. But
so what?
To talk, to change the subject.
He's like, I want to change the subject to something else.
Oh, okay. This.
See, that's not far off from Legolas. No, I don't know how into Star Wars y'all are, but how weird of a choice is that for a bounty hunter?
Okay, it's weird, but it's cool. Like I liked the episode in general, and I like this. I like the Starfighter, but he should have had a Jedi Starfighter. Like that would have been way.
Let's all talk about some nerdy ass bullshit.
It's in the name. It's in my name. Okay.
Literally, and I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm into it.
It is. I love the way it's a weird choice, but I love how they pulled it off. It is
Star Wars is just bad.
I dated a Jawa once, furry, very, very furry.
Well, that's
kind of. It's a Star Wars hot rod. If you look at it,
dude, like Mike.
I love the part where the police pull him over or whatever. The New Republic officers pull him over in space or whatever, and then he's like, "Oh, he just hit his freaking warp or something." And he's like, "Nah, son, that wasn't his warp."
Give me a brain aneurysm with that.
Dude, it was so good.
The other X-wing fighter, they had the original, the one that's appeared a couple of times, but the younger one was actually the actor who was the stand-in for Luke Skywalker.
Oh, that's cool,
dude! But it's a rat rod. The way it looks, it's a rat.
You
rod.
watched the end, right?
Yeah.
How in the hell is Luke gonna get his X-wing back?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is R2 just gonna fly it through hyperspace?
Probably, yeah. I'm thinking. Well, he flew Grogu there, so he could fly back.
Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers.
Yeah, no one cares. There's nothing to
Anyway.
spoil.
But there's a
You think
part. There's a
everyone's seen
part. One of my favorite Easter eggs. Really? Fine, cut off the nerd. Let's see how it is. Bully's back in high school.
No, both your screens are still available to me. I can just flip which whenever I want on and on.
But it's a rat rod. You got the air
It's
intake exposed, and then you have the exposed panels like in those 40s hot rods that were made.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It's really beefy too. Like when he revs it, it sounds like a car, which I freaking love. I love when they do that in media where they make the ships sound like cars, like not sports cars, muscle cars.
Yeah, and I loved at the end. You just hear Grogu.
No.
No. I said no. Okay.
One more time.
There's a. I wish I could find it. There's a video that he's doing that. He's knocking on the glass, and he knocks harder, and it starts to shatter.
Ooh!
And the glass breaks. He goes zooming out, and Mando just hits the accelerator. And just, boom.
Do you remember when the stupid knockoff droidicas are attacking them, like the big things that look like they're from StarCraft or some shit? And all of a sudden, Grogu uses force pull, and it knocks him back 50 feet when he finally gets this part off of one of the legs.
Yeah.
Why are they tracking Baby Yoda around literally everywhere? It's like, what the hell?
This had nothing to do with Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he just kind of showed up.
Yeah.
But why is he there?
Because he wanted to come see the Mando.
Yeah, he chose Mando. He chose Mando over Luke.
Yep. Which is stupid. Grandmaster Luke would have been a way cooler fucking teacher.
Luke is making, this is pissing me off. He's making the same mistakes as the Jedi Order in the Old Republic. He's because okay, in the EU, he decides, okay, Anakin's fall was because he couldn't get married. He couldn't have attachments.
Right.
So he had to keep it hidden, which added more stress and was the reason he fell. In the expanded universe, he allows Jedi to be married. He gets married and has kids himself.
Well, actually, Jedi were allowed to be married under certain conditions.
The only other married Jedi I remember,
they were allowed to have kids anyway. And then, so Luke actually teaches that you can have dark and light side. Like that's his whole thing is
but he's
balance.
Not doing that in the series.
I know, and it pisses me off.
Once you go dark, you never go back.
Complete understanding of the Force at this point.
You're seeing what leads up to the mistakes that we learn of in the Force Awakens.
Yep. And I hate that. They should have never tied it into that shit at all.
What does the White House make of the reporting that former President Trump is still in touch with Kim Jong-un?
Well, former President Trump is not the president, and President Biden is the president, and he is the one who conducts diplomacy on behalf of the United States.
Neither was John Kerry.
Thank you. I was literally going to say that. Thank you.
You have a draft dodger with John Kerry in charge of the fucking
that
military.
Globalist bastard. I swear to God.
Lurch.
Talking about draft dodgers, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them because I remember a bunch of the House actually complaining about Trump being a draft dodger or whatever because of his bone spurs, but they don't highlight Biden's asthma as the case of him dodging the draft or avoiding the military. So I mean,
it should have been a draft.
You can sit there and you can point fingers at certain people and say, "Oh, they had this and this is what they now they're a draft dodger." But every single freaking one of these people that have been here have all done the same stupid ass shit and picked something to say, "Oh, this is why I can't be in military service." I'm sorry, I'm still kind of old school on it. I say you need to have military service to become president of the United States of America. And the reason that you do that is because eventually you became commander-in-chief of the military. With no previous military experience, you're not going to be the right person to pull the trigger when it's necessary.
Well, that's what your military cabinet's for.
I've had 3 knee surgeries. Was told by a doctor I could not enlist. tried my ass. I did the Steve Rogers thing. I
So
went
what
to
are you
multiple-
saying? You want to run for president?
What you're saying, it sounds like to me, what you're saying, I couldn't run for president if you had your way. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
So what are you saying?
Well, I
You
mean,
run for
but
president?
that argument
hell
would
no.
require, because that would require, like, it would pretty much like firmly establish a military establishment. And the beauty about the United States is that we never had a standing army. And that was the thing. It's like the people were the standing army in defense of the nation state. Like that, it was the people. You were armed, and no one would come across, because, as the saying goes, there's a gun behind every blade of grass. Like, no one's going to mess with the United States. Like, that was the whole point. Like, the people, there's Jen, there's Jen talking. Yeah, that's what we found out thanks to Jimmy. That was what.
Good one, Jimmy.
Christopher Lloyd is a great actor. He's a treasure.
Absolutely.
Great Scott! So those movies, and he played a part in Tremors the series too. I don't know.
What?
If y'all
No.
Tremors.
Yes. Who did he play?
He played this. It was in the TV series that ran for like a season.
Oh,
He
what?
played this mad scientist that was in the desert, and he was so funny. Did y'all just see that special Expedition Back to the Future I think it was last year?
No.
It had the guy from Expedition Unknown, Josh Gates. I love that show. I love that show. He meets up with Christopher Lloyd, and they try to track down like one of the original DeLoreans to give to Michael J. Fox for his Parkinson Foundation.
Oh, wow.
And they
Seth MacFarlane has the original.
Well, there's about 4 or 5 originals. They used them for multiple shots, and different things. Some did some things. Some things were just like show.
Yeah, some things were just for stationary use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Happens a lot.
But those movies are just, to me, some of the most perfect films ever made.
Oh, just treasures, man. They won't ever make them like that again.
I've actually been told
these people have their way.
I've been, y'all gonna laugh at this. I've told y'all I graduated with a theater degree.
Oh.
I've been told that by people I know that if they were to cast me in something, it would be him, Uncle Fester.
Thespian, eh?
Well, I love the stage. I haven't done a show in about 4 or 5 years, which depresses me. I love it. I just want to work. I don't want to preach.
You should dress up as Jen Psaki here and just,
Well, talking about Nazi left-wingers, we did a musical called Cabaret, which is set in 1939 Berlin. And it followed over the year. It kind of shows you how things change as the Nazis take over.
Oh, is this like the what is that movie? The Greatest Producer, or what is that?
The Greatest Showman? No. Cabaret has a lot more Nazis in it.
Oh.
But we literally I had friends dressing up.
Nazis.
It's springtime for.
That's another show I'd kill to be in. But I could tell if we were doing.
Don't be
a good
killing
job.
people to be getting on shows. You're not even a good actor.
Oh. Yeah, you only have to break their leg.
I was lucky. I never had to dress up as a Nazi, but a friend of mine had to. And when he came out, I could listen to the audience and tell if we were doing good by their reaction. Like if they shifted, like people would start whispering to each other, like, "Oh my God," all that kind of stuff. I knew we were doing good because we had their attention. But I never had to wear a swastika or anything. They wanted to put swastikas on our cast shirts. And I went to the director. I said, "Are you insane?" Because this was when the Confederate flag stuff was big.
Lefties go, "Ree!" and storm the stage.
You know the context. I know the context.
Kill them all!
Do the Hindus still use the swastika?
Huh?
Do the Hindus still use the swastika?
I think so.
That's where that originates from, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Hindu. Yep. That's why he took it. It was a Hindu symbol of rebirth, and he wanted.
Well,
to
it's a little
rebirth
bit
for
deeper
Germany.
than that, because if you go back in history, Hitler kind of saw himself as this sort of, racial, because the Germanic tribes, if you look back in history, and that were like the proto-Germanic tribes, you might say, like their culture extended clear down into India. I mean,
Oh wow.
it's still to this day, like the lighter skinned Indians with lighter skin. Some of them even have blue eyes. I mean, that's how far back this kind of goes. This is history that nobody really talks about, but it is history, and that's where that comes from. Is they themselves that they brought that to India, and that's where that comes from. And so Hitler, that's the remnants of that, and so he took that and was like, yes, I'm going to be this person who's going to rule the world again. I'm going to try and like expand German culture and living space to everywhere, and I'm going to,
I'm
it's
gonna
kind
come.
of, but yes, not to diss what you were saying, but just to add to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I love this comeback. This is the best comeback ever.
Yeah.
It
was
fact
quick.
check him in real time. Last time at the first debate, we had millions of
Gosh,
people
he's so insufferable.
fact checking. So I expect we'll have millions more fact checking because it is. It's just awfully
How'd
good
that
that
work out for you,
someone
bitch?
with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
They're actually thinking of putting her back up for 2024.
Oh my God! Please do it.
No, they're
Please.
not.
They are desperate.
Please.
Something.
I
They've
want
been
to see
floating
it.
it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
She just got her extra
I want to see
collagen
Trump
injections.
versus
She may
Hillary
do it.
round 2.
Oh God, no! I hope neither of them runs. But
Well, I'm kind of with Mike Cunt on that one.
Mike Cunt?
sounded a
It's
little
Mike Hunt.
sloppy there.
Well,
Sloppy flop.
I didn't say it wrong. Mike Hunt. I really side with him on that
Kissy
one.
on the dicky.
As much as I voted for, I did vote for Trump twice. I don't know. I'd have to actually, like I am, pay attention to everything before it comes down to the end, or before I decide to actually vote for the guy or not. Because
I just feel like Trump versus Hillary is where we were a decade ago. Have we really not gone anywhere? Like,
No,
is there
right. I
nothing
mean,
better on the
I
table?
don't see
at all?
DeSantis actually happening though. So
I'm back.
And everybody seems to have feelings about everybody else that's out there. I mean, you could market Nikki Haley correctly, and maybe she'd be able to be something.
Oh God, no.
I mean,
I'll leave you
Trump
with that.
and
I'll
Hillary
be
both
right
have
back.
so much baggage they should start a company, right? Like, nobody wants either of them.
Did y'all know that Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch with Jim Carrey started her own band, and she's like super hot now?
Okay, I thought that was going so many different ways.
You're welcome.
Oh God.
I mean, are you not going to show us a picture that she's hot now? Like, you can't just leave it there.
I can absolutely do that.
I would take Mike Flynn versus Hillary though. I would totally, hands down, no questions asked. I would take that.
I want
actually
to
not a
see
Flynn.
Pompeo run.
I'm not that big of a fan of blondes, to be honest.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, did you say Pompeo? Is that what you said?
I did.
Hold up.
Did I hear something about Mike Pompeo as I'm sitting down? What?
Yes, he said that he'd like to see Mike Pompeo run.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I agree with that.
I don't know.
That
I don't think he's a bad guy, but I don't know. Never really thought of that with him.
So And it seems as though when you break down the conversation on who do you think is going to actually run, who would you want to run, who would you vote for, or whatever. Everybody always kind of has an estimate on who would be for from the right, from the Republican Party. What about this Democrat Party? I mean, do you think they'd move on from Joe Biden and freaking Kamala Harris bullshit?
Yeah, no one likes them, and they like power.
I see them putting Kamala up in
Chemicals in the water?
28.
Yeah, but she. Well, I don't think. I mean, she's not gonna. I mean, I suppose if they can rig their stuff, enough, right? And we aren't saying anything, Susan. We're just saying
Allegedly.
we're not. We know that Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
Most legitimate potato ever.
He's allegedly the most popular ever.
What in the hell?
That is Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah, she grew
The
up.
blonde.
Mine's better.
Share it, then.
Yep, I got it. So her band is called The Pretty Reckless.
What?
That's her.
She definitely has Who face.
Oh yeah.
I feel sorry for the audience that's out there. I got a couple super chats. Let me read these off real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
First one says,
I'm waiting.
Absolutely nothing. The second one says, oh wait, I never even got the first one.
I'd like to take this moment to apologize for absolutely nothing.
She's kind of not that cute.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
You and Nick Mercator have the weirdest taste in women. Oh my god.
Too much makeup.
I think this is the low class in me, but I really want to hate fuck her. Right? Just a little too rough and leave her bruised. Like she looks like she just needs that, and sorry.
Well, she looks like she
could
could take that.
I mean, it looks like what she
can
wants. Like that's why she's in the goth band.
Oh yeah.
Like if you
It's
see
too
her
much
eyes, she
makeup.
wants the black eye.
That's way too much makeup. Oh.
Yeah, she has that face. Like that's her band picture.
It's true. She does wear way too much mascara. I tried to find ones with less. Or
Well, I think
eyeliner,
that's just
whatever
part
the
of
fuck,
the.
eyeshadow.
Just makeup alone. It's ridiculous.
Makeup's amazing. Fuck off.
Makeup's a lie.
So good.
From now on,
Have you
I'm
ever
just gonna
made out
pull up
with a
anime
girl that had
waifus.
that much makeup on her face?
Not that much.
Oh,
She's
geez,
a
yeah.
raccoon. Like you shouldn't play a raccoon unless you're some
If they
kind
have
of
to go
furry.
wash their face before they can give you a kiss, it's too much makeup.
Did y'all ever see
I mean-
the Rock
Yes.
movie, The Game Plan?
Oh
Remember
yes,
the little
freaking
girl
love
in the
that
Game
movie.
Plan?
Yeah, Peyton.
Don't ruin something for me.
Peyton from the Game Plan. Is she chubby now?
No. Give it a second. My computer's gonna be a dick and wait for 15, 20 seconds.
Is she of legal age? Otherwise, I don't care.
Yes.
Okay, these are all her at that age. Where's her
Oh,
grown-up
bro,
photo?
Okay. If you're not into blondes, what about the chick from My Cousin Vinny?
Marissa Tomei,
I have no idea who plays her.
Aunt May. That's Aunt May from Spider-Man.
What?
Oh wow, she did grow up.
See, now,
Okay.
this is what interests me. Let me show you something here.
Fucking hot. She
I
was in
apparently found my way
Spider-Man
through
as
Google,
well.
and
Share
yeah.
this.
Okay.
Starting up a new cooking stream. Twitch.tv/Melanie Mac.
Melon.
Melanie Mac. You know, I mean,
Who's
nothing's better than somebody that looks a little psychotic.
Fuck a human being amount of melanin doesn't make someone
She
more
doesn't have this whole ass ton of makeup on her face. She got a little bit of eyeliner on, but she doesn't have this big, huge, thick gauge of makeup that goes over the top of her eyes.
Oh,
She
is
gave
that
her-
Cindy Lou or something?
No, I have no idea who that is.
This is
But
Melanie
she got
Mack.
them crazy eyes. I wouldn't go within like 100 yards of her.
Oh yeah, no, that's
You don't stick your dick in crazy boys. You don't do that.
I made that mistake.
Only at her house.
I made that
Don't
mistake
listen
once.
to what
My
Jimmy
ex-
has to say about sticking crazy. He's never had anything to stick it in the first place.
Oh,
I mean,
God. Oh, wait.
Oh,
there's reasons that warning exists because, like, there is legitimate crazy. Jimmy's not
They
wrong
all
on that
deserve.
front.
They all deserve a little bit of sticking.
Yeah,
Madison
but like
Pettis.
maybe by your friend, not you, right? Like you gotta set them up with your buddy to distract them from their hot
She's
friend.
23. By the way, just to let you know, just to let Susan know. Yeah, she grew up nice.
She certainly filled out.
She did like
What
a,
about Halle Berry and Catwoman?
that was a shitty movie. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Okay, okay. But,
Swordfish?
but
Are
Halle
we all
Berry.
the way back in time? Like, should we go look up?
Well, if you want to go
movies
back in
and
time, I mean,
40s
Julia
movies?
Andrews is freaking hot as hell.
Oh, what was that movie Disney censored because there was a butt in it?
What?
There was a movie that Disney like photoshopped a woman's hair over her butt because they decided it was inappropriate.
Oh, was it The Little Mermaid with the mermaids?
No.
No.
I've never heard that before. Oh, remember how we were talking about skin physics earlier?
Because we like to push things around a little bit and kind of change the
Is
subject.
it from Splash?
I'm gonna share this little
That
tidbit.
might be it. That sounds right.
Yeah, it was Splash.
I hate music.
What are we watching?
I love music. These are multiple streams from Ottawa.
Look at all these people in different locations.
Oh, this is all across the world. There's Australia.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's Canada.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Apparently,
countries are doing the same
sneezes are
thing.
going
now.
around. Everybody's getting them.
Bless you, man.
I think that's Germany there.
Okay.
It looks German there. The sign that's like in blue. It looks like it's German.
You sure? I don't see enough goose stepping.
But, just a little 45-second little thing. Right?
I got
Kinda
jokes.
That's pretty funny. Just a little bit. That's good. I'm just kidding.
I'm actually German on my mom's side, so I can make fun of it.
Stay.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
Chop
A
suey.
pork chop.
A pork chop.
That's a little rough. You guys got to step it up just a little bit.
You know what's a little rough? Sandpaper.
Your mom.
Oh, my.
Ooh, I went there.
Hey, you know what really, really suck?
Your mom.
A giant vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Also, I
his
just
mom
paused
last
this at the
night.
worst frame.
I teed you up for that one.
Yes, I took it too. I took it and swung for the fences.
Yeah, she was pretty good last night.
I was on YouTube and suddenly realized a lot about why I am how I am because I watched way too much DC comics.
I tried to
is
take a
apparently
picture
like-
of some fog. I missed.
I used to watch all those TV cartoon shows, the DC Justice League, and all that stuff.
Did you ever watch Batman the Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting series. I liked seeing this team. I like seeing which hero he was going to team up with.
Yes, dude. I loved when he teamed up with Dark Tornado.
I hated Aquaman.
Everybody
Aquaman
hates
was so
Aquaman and
annoying.
everything he's in. He sucks.
No,
The world
Jason.
we could use whales, guys.
I have literally no idea what the context for this scene was. YouTube was just like, "This is what you all watch, right?"
Dude,
Yeah, that's
DC
Power
is-
Girl beating Supergirl.
DC is out of control. There's a part where what's her face?
This guy's
Harley
really
Quinn.
the best of them.
There's a part where Harley Quinn just straight up ropes Dick Grayson.
Oh yeah, just my stride. The whole thing's a little crazy.
That's over.
Sorry, the only
Yeah,
point
that's
of that
the
is just
questioning
like
Green Arrow.
Supergirl is beating herself up in a leotard, talking about which of them has bigger boobs, and it's like, okay, I guess that was my childhood, wasn't it?
I mean, have
Pretty
you
much.
seen Devilman Crybaby?
There's one scene in that series where Wonder Woman, it's a Wonder Woman's episode. She has to go to Hephaestus, the god of the fort, for some reason. I don't remember what. He made her armor, and he looks at her, says something like, "You know, you need to come back. Looks like I might need to take out your arm or something." And he just looks down at her. If you catch my meaning. And I'm thinking, this is a kid's show. It was in. There's another scene where she's flying and she has the atom in her hand, and she has to start punching. So she puts him in her cleavage. I was like, I've never wanted shrinking powers more than to be in that man's place.
Bro, that's some Dragon Ball shit right there.
Oh, yeah, early Dragon Ball was. Oh,
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Yamcha was a peeping Tom.
not even close to the levels of like
Bunch of
Master
crap.
Roshi and that shit.
Bulma's panties.
Yes, saved the world.
Or
The softest pair of underwear happened to be right there on her.
The episode where he's like, I'll teach Goku if Bulma flashes her panties. Not knowing that-
movies.
How did she not know that? Notice her panties were gone, because Goku would fall asleep sleeping on between Grandpa Gohan's legs.
Bulma, your balls are gone.
Yeah, where's your tail?
I don't have a tail.
It was.
Dude,
it
Dragon
was.
Ball's so classic.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. It was based off Journey to the West.
Yep.
I actually
Son
never read.
Wukong.
That's why his name's Son Goku. That's
Yep,
why his
yep.
surname's Son. I
But
love
nobody
one of my
calls him
favorite.
Son in the English dub. It's so weird. Like
No, there's one
Piccolo.
time he does. When
Really? Oh, what he's calling himself a Super Saiyan?
when he's
Son
finally
Goku.
transforming to a Super Saiyan after Krillin's dead.
Yeah.
He's yelling at Frieza. He's like, "I've shown you mercy." He's like, "My name is Son Goku. Hero to some.
Ally to good, nightmare
ally
to you."
good, enemy to you." That's right. And God, I wish
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Oh, come on.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
When I can pull it up at any second, just because I'm going to.
It's so beautiful.
There are some dubs where he
It's
calls
so
himself just
pristine.
Goku, and others where he calls himself Son Goku.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Big Green dub?
I don't think I have.
It's fantastic. They call Piccolo Big Green, so they call it the Big Green dub.
Okay, I will fight anyone who says otherwise. Goku was not a deadbeat dad.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
To be fair, homie was never around.
He was dead.
Yeah, or training. You know,
And he
without
would train
his
with
son.
Gohan. I fight people on this topic. I will
Bro,
fight
I could definitely go at you on this.
I will fight you.
It's like when he's home, he's a great dad. He's working his
Vegeta
ass
is
off.
a better dad.
I mean, he's not a great dad. Like, even in the fights, he's just like, "Go, son, but let me heal the guy first.
Let me
That
send
way
my
it'll be a fair
10-year-old
fight."
in after
Yeah,
I
that was.
aid the.
I didn't say he was. I said he was a good dad, not a smart dad.
Okay, if you're willing to like add the asterisks if he's not always the brightest at being a good dad, then sure, I'll come around to your side.
But you see him become you see in Super him really trying to be a good father and a good husband. Not always working out, not always making the right choices, but
See, I feel like the choice to stay dead after the Cell saga, like that's where the series was supposed to end again, is after the Cell saga.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you know, bad guys just keep on coming around because I'm here, and it's just not good for anybody I love. So I'm gonna stay dead. Don't wish me
Yeah.
back.
I mean, he's not wrong though. Like, several people have tried to kill his family, and like he's definitely had to kill a whole bunch of people.
Well,
over
one
this.
succeeded, right? Like that's the whole point
Majin
of
Buu.
Zamasu is he killed Goku's family and took his body.
that's right. And
That's
Majin
Black
Buu
Goku.
killed the whole world, remember?
Yep, except for the people that were on the lookout then.
Yeah. I mean, he's not all there. I will give you that.
He has gotten his friends killed on numerous occasions just because he didn't show
part
up
of it's
when he
just
should have.
the classic conflict between career and parenthood, right? Like
Yeah.
his career has pressures that make it so he can't be a good father in certain ways. Like being the strongest fighter in the galaxy or whatever has the implication that you're just going to live a life that isn't great for children.
Right. So in that aspect, I suppose like it changes things, but just in the general context of him being a good father, I don't think so. I think Vegeta is there for his kid more, cares more about his kid too. Like Goku just you can tell that he's like, hey, I have kids and that's neat and all, but I'm gonna go fight people. That's way more interesting.
Vegeta's definitely the adult out of the two, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh no, well of course. Goku
You
grew
see-
up way
you
different
see-
than Vegeta did.
You see really how much Vegeta cares in the Battle of the Gods.
Yeah, that's my
When-
Bulma.
Yeah, I love that scene, and I hate Chris Sabat. I hate him. But once
Oh
again,
yeah,
I will
dude,
say
he's
he delivered
rotten,
a good
just like
performance.
Sean Schemmel. They're all rotten. They're all freaking rotten to the core.
But when Beerus just, and I think everyone just wanted to do this to Monica Rial sometime or just backhand, sir, and he goes crazy. Still gets his ass kicked. Beerus still kicks his ass.
Yeah, but
he
he
does a lot
at
better.
that point was stronger than a Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, but that still wasn't enough because remember what Beerus did to a Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah,
I was
in
gonna
2
say,
hits.
Beerus can definitely lay some hands.
Oh man, yeah.
Beerus is actually based off of Kira Toriyama's cat.
Yeah, it's
His
cat.
bald
He's
cat.
got a hairless house cat.
And do you realize the reason Goten, and Trunks don't have tails?
No, why is that? Did he forget about it? Like
He
launch?
forgot about them. Like launch, he forgot about them. He's been trying for years to get away from Dragon Ball.
That's awful. His earlier work is so great. We were just watching Dr. Slump today, me and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
It's just freaking amazing. Oh,
He's so eccentric, though. From what I've,
Press
from what
the
I've read.
button. It's been 2 hours.
You know you want to. Oh, it has? Fuck off, you horse-faced bitch.
Get it.
We already have a nigger married.
Whoa!
Whoa!
And we don't need any more.
Supposedly he's quoting somebody, but of course, in
Nigger
today's
big
world,
shots.
with Joe Rogan, we know that doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, Joe Rogan was also quoting people.
He was quoting rap music most of the time.
He should quote the gangster rap song.
We played it. We played it. We did it. We're still here.
Oh, can we play gangster rap on stream?
No.
All of a sudden, we all look down at our chests and they're red dots.
Duck, boom, boom.
Well,
pow,
my
pow.
back's to the window, so you know.
No, remember if you
poor
hear
you.
them muzzle blast it, the shot wasn't meant for you.
Yep.
I haven't been shooting in a long time. I need to go out and shoot.
I want to be a Simo Haya level fucking shooter.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Burrow.
I want one of those hunting drones. That
Refuse to go along with this, and I've seen through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
someone take that away from him.
he got a stream deck, and this is the only button.
You want to kill me, son of a
Well,
bitch?
I got a couple other ones that are linked to this panel. So if you guys have actual like MP4 videos or whatever that are available, throw them over on Discord. I'll freaking pin them in here. I'll just play them at random.
I mean, do you have the one about people being retarded?
Yeah, we played that one at the very beginning of the show.
The people
We can do that one again.
retarded.
It sounds like that man is fucking retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
He doesn't tell lies.
Did you watch Beastars Outpost?
What show is that?
Beastars? That's like the adult Zootopia.
No, I don't think I hadn't.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I've been trying to get Mike here to watch it for the past few hours.
He wants you to watch Adult Zootopia.
I do want you to watch Adult Zootopia.
He wants you to watch Adult Zootopia.
That just sounds like furry porn. It just.
I posted
It
in general
contains
in
zero
the
yiffing.
Discord something up. Y'all need. That's funny as hell.
Oh my god. This is already.
Oh shit! I think it just ended someone's whole brain.
What the hell?
I Control-Alt deleted somebody.
What?
What?
Huh?
Okay.
You
Okay.
deleted- What?
Easy,
You what?
Is that a Speedy Gonzalez reference?
No, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Slowpoke
Rodriguez.
Si, senor. Get the fuck out of my way, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Refuse to go along with this, and I've seen through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
I am the bacon in
It
the
just doesn't
fridge.
get
My
old.
cry is out. for
No,
all
it
my
gets old. It
problems.
gets old.
No, it doesn't. Not on this channel. It doesn't.
This channel is all Alex
Conform.
Jones all the time.
I'm telling you, conform.
Oh, there's Printer God. Hello, Printer.
Conform. Printer God.
He says,
Where's
"Damn,
Printer God?
Rodriguez is always in the way." That's the other thing about cartoons, and they're like
up,
everybody's
Printer God?
trying to
How you
make
doing,
out
man?
like Speedy Gonzalez and like all that kind of thing is being like racist somehow. It's like, but that's how
That's
you depict
culture, bro.
someone's culture. Yes, it's how you depict someone's culture in a cartoon. Is you point out like the sort of stereotypical version of it because it's a freaking cartoon
It's a
with a
caricature.
mouse.
For fuck's sake.
That's how you represent the culture in a cartoonish way. Like, I don't understand, like, how the hell, like, it's supposed to be funny. Like,
This is why I praise Dragon Ball. Let me show you a character.
Printer God, bring yourself in here.
and it's like freaking, I don't know, what is it, like Dr. Seuss or something? And they were
You're gonna
talking
share
about
Mr.
how
Popo, aren't you?
Oh, No, we're not going there.
Sorry.
We're not going there today.
Was it like Dr. Seuss or something, where it was like the guys were walking around in the thing on their camels or whatever, or on maybe it was elephants or something, and they're wearing turbans and whatever, and it's like that's like Indian culture or like Middle Eastern culture. It's like, oh my god, like, you can't have that, that's racist. It's like, but that's literally what some of these people do. Like, you're actually representing their cultures, like, you know. But no, get rid of that. We want the trashy representation of other people's culture. We want the
crack pipes for equity.
Yes. Right? Like, we want to share that kind of, quote unquote, like, black culture in America, right? Like, we want to share, like, we want trash to reign supreme. We want shit to rise to the top. Like, that's what they want.
So this is Oolong. He shows up in the show like this. It's actually what he looks like.
So he's a communist?
Yeah, he has a straight up old Chinese Communist Party uniform going on here.
Squinty eyes and everything.
Yeah.
To be fair, he saves the world.
He does. He makes a wish that saves the world. But the point is that, like, you don't see this anymore. This kind of character design is absent.
Mm-hmm.
And this had so much culture going on here. Like, just given the time frame that this came out and the time frame that the writer was born in and everything like that, it just adds to it so much.
The Red Star Army.
It's history,
Red Ribbon
bro.
Army, yeah.
What the hell?
All that I got for Christmas this year. She comes with a hairbrush, a pocketbook, and 2 different dresses.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Peter, I would like to remind you that you are in a classroom.
Not for long.
Can I help you, sir?
Hi there, my name's Glenn Griff. I'm here to pick up my son Peter for a doctor's appointment.
Peter is your son?
That is affirmative.
Because you look a lot more like that child over there. Daddy?
Oh god!
Daddy?
Oh god!
Papa?
Oh god! Hey, there are no kids in here, right?
No, just me.
Oh, thank god. You want to have unprotected sex?
Yeah. There's also one where it turns out he says something about having a teenage son somewhere. It's like this South American country, and this pimply faced teenager that looks like him with a rat tail comes and gets an argument with his mom. It's an old one.
Yes!
Uh-oh.
This shit lives rent free in my head also.
This murdering bastard.
Now fall, you prick.
Fall.
Hold on, give me a second.
Fall. We need to laugh. Fall.
You fucker. Look at Kyle. Look at Kyle.
Reaction.
This made me so happy. All the way bent over. But Mark Richards just dying over here too. He's like, are you shitting me?
Richards is like probably thinking in his head, shut up, Kyle. Shut up, Kyle.
He's like, if you go, I'm gonna go, man. You gotta calm yourself. Mark Richards had to fully cover his mouth just to keep
Yeah, like he
from
that
dying.
smile that he just has to like cover his mouth again. And he's like acting all serious now.
Why the hell did he not get up?
He was drunk off his ass right there.
Or did y'all hear about that Zoom court meeting? It was about a abuser who the judge notices the background of his video is the same as the defendant.
I think it was one of the lawyers, but yeah.
No. This was the guy who he had abused his girlfriend, had a restraining order on him. Out against
I think it was
him.
the prosecutor, though. I think the prosecutor noticed the witness and the whoever had the same background.
Maybe
I'm misremembering. Anyways, yes, go ahead.
The judge asks, "Where are you?" to him, and he starts bumbling. And they had already sent police to the location, and all of a sudden you start hearing the sirens in the distance on both of their calls. It was like, "Are you fucking serious, dude? Are you that stupid?"
Well, you can see her looking over as she answers, and I think it was the prosecutor was like, is someone there with you? And she's like, no. And the prosecutor is like, okay, where are you?
Or did you hear? I remember a story years ago. This woman, she's being held captive, but pretty much Who was it that said you're a Democrat when you're young and dumb, and you're a Republican when you're old and wise? I wish I could know who that is.
Yeah, it's a great saying. Love it.
But
I've never been a Democrat.
Neither have I. But
I never thought about which side I was on. I always just voted for who I thought would be the best. And for some reason,
I felt like that up until
for
about
Obama twice.
8 years ago.
I was apolitical for the longest time. I didn't know what the hell Democrat or Republican even was. I didn't know their values or beliefs, and then
Didn't pay attention.
shit
Didn't
just
give a
started
fuck.
popping off. And I'm like, well, now I gotta pay attention.
Indeed, you do.
I mean, that's what's
Indeed you
ultimately going to bring an end to it. Is just they're like forcing a lot of people who don't want to be involved to get involved in their dumb bullshit.
Yep,
Right?
exactly.
Politics works best when most of the public sort of ignores what you're doing and just gets on with it. And when you make the public pay attention, eventually they're just going to notice you're stealing most of the money and get pissed off. And so, like, making the public participate in politics this way is a good recipe to get them really angry at you.
We want to get prepared for an angrier world. Fourth industrial revolution. It's Klaus
Yeah,
Schwab.
I've always been kind of political because
It's kind of bad, but you know.
My mom would pick me up from school. She'd have the talk radio on or something. So I've always been kind of more aware than my peers.
I mean, I've always been politically involved. I just don't quite, like, never understood the logic of it's okay to be racist to some people, right? Like, that never made sense. And so that brought a lot of conflict in Seattle as a kid, because I'm just like, okay, I get that, like, you're trying to explain this to me, but I'm 12 and you're retarded. So, right, like, at 12, you're like, okay, I understand the words that you're saying, and no, this is just goddamn dumb. But, like, at 12, you can't really do anything about that in the community you live in, so you just kind of have to deal with it for a while.
I see. Racism is honestly something I never understood why people believed in it.
It doesn't exist.
It's like one of my best friends I've known for probably 15, nearly 20 years now. He was in band with me. He played football on our high school team. 6.5 feet tall, bear of a black guy, but the sweetest, nicest guy you ever met. There was one time where my grandmother, I was probably in 9th grade at this time. My grandmother was picking me up. She stepped off the curb wrong and fell. And I'm thinking, oh my God, Granny, are you hurt? Are you hurt? And I was afraid to pick her up in case I hurt her even more. And he walks out, and I'm like, Jeremiah, can you help me? And he's like, yeah, sure, man. Picks her up like she's nothing. But he looked at me one day. He said, Matt, he said, you know what, man? I almost outed myself. He said, no, you know what, man? There's only two people in my life where
that.
Shut up.
We all caught that. That was good.
He actually told me, he's like, there's only two people I'm afraid of. He said, my mom, and his mom was your typical black Southern lady. He looked at me straight face. He said, and your mom. My mom is this 5'0" short little Irish dump of a woman.
Damn,
and had
bro.
this big 6.5 foot tall lineman scared of her. And it was the fun. I rolled over laughing. I don't understand it. I don't understand racism.
It doesn't exist.
Well, I think it
Well,
exists.
no, you have to, like, so it's because there is a problem, right? In that there's communities that live far apart from each other and only know of each other through reputation and stories, right? And ghetto Chicago has real problems with it. The murder rate among the black community is not even explained by just the poverty gap. There is a difference there in how those communities are operating, and whether that's cultural or racial, it gets conflated into what ultimately becomes racism. And that's not to say that racism is correct or makes sense, but you can't ignore the underlying sort of differences in culture or statistics between the groups that sort of are driving some of those perceptions.
Well, it's just the thing. It's culture, right? Like, why is it that we don't report black kids getting shot in the streets daily?
Because
Well,
that
because they don't
helps
wanna
the
talk
Democrat
about it.
Party in those cities for that kind of crime to take place and that kind of poverty to ensue and that kind of insanity to ensue inside of those cities. That helps their political ends in those cities to keep control.
Well,
So
more
that's
than
why
that, they'd
I
have
will
to
say
admit
what
that
I
the black
always like
families
to clap
broke
back
down,
with,
right, under their
and
leadership.
that's that race is fake. And the sooner we all start realizing that, the sooner we can move forward as a collective people and achieve a better tomorrow.
I started to read what he said.
Oh,
This is a
here's this
couple
thing,
of weeks
Gilmore.
ago. He was, or maybe
I was
this
talking
is
about earlier.
September, but he was talking about people
There's
who
that
are
crazy
not
bitch.
vaccinated. He said they don't believe in science. They're often misogynistic, often racist. No, they're not.
That was not smart of him at all.
Right. He said, but they take up space. And with that, we have to make a choice in terms of a leader as a country. Do we tolerate these people? It's like, tolerate them. Now you do sound like Hitler. And recently he talked about them holding unacceptable views.
Oh, yeah. Espousing unacceptable views, this fringe minority.
You didn't see the blackface? I mean,
Wait, rewind that a little bit.
I'm
What does she say? I forget what she keeps.
It's
I
nice to
keep
hear that
forgetting.
Trudeau said those things.
Go back a little more.
Unacceptable views.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear that Trudeau said those things.
Oh yeah, she
You
would
didn't
be.
see
She's a
the
dumbass.
blackface? I mean,
Yeah, right. It's like, did you not see the blackface? You're right.
I'm
It's
not.
like,
I mean, that was not a good look for him. But I mean, come on. I mean, that's I think what gets under
Trudeau.
people's skin.
it.
He
Someone
started to
say
read what
blackface? I got
he
you.
said.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This
And
is
you
a
have to
couple of
understand
weeks ago.
too
He
about
was,
Trudeau.
or maybe this is September.
Are you
but
gonna
he
let
was
this play
talking
through again,
about
or?
people.
Okay. Like
No.
you have to understand about. I wasn't being like
No, I got you.
But like like I just want to know. But like you got to understand about Trudeau about this blackface thing is that was his gag, like that was his thing. Like if he wanted to be funny, that's what he would do. He literally had a kit in his car, and when he went to like a party or went to someplace else, like he literally brought this blackface kit, and he would paint his face black, and sometimes he'd put on like a turban, or sometimes he'd put on like some other clothes or whatever. Sometimes he wouldn't do it at all, and like he would just paint his face black and just like act like he's a dumbass and crazy and stupid. It's like, I mean, that's what he did. That's what he did for funniness. That's what he did for a gag. He thought that was hysterical to paint his face black and like, oh, look at me, I'm a dumbass now because my face is dark.
Okay.
It's like, wow. I'm a
Now we
retarded
are
person
gonna
because
get
my
into
face is
this
darker.
Popo thing.
That's what he did.
I'll add something to that in just a second. Yeah, share this, please. This is so funny.
So this is Filter turns lawyer into cat during Zoom hearing.
This is the origin of Lawcat.
Oh,
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're
a look.
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant that she's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Look at these guys just straight. Oh, there we go. There's a little smile.
You just hear the fear in his voice.
Next to this.
He's like, I swear, Judge, I'm not doing this on purpose.
I am not a cat.
There was
You can
another
see
Zoom.
that Jerry has seen a lot of shit, but I'm not a cat judge is a new one.
There was also I wish I could find this. But, there was another video, Zoom court video. It had the defendant. His screen name was Buttfucker99.
Oh,
nice.
Because
I think I've seen that before.
His sister thought it'd be funny to prank him, and when she set up the Zoom for him, that's what she named him. The judge got.
Yeah, we've all seen this one before.
The judge told him, said, "Boy, I should hold you in contempt for this."
If you haven't
Almost got
watched
him in
enough
trouble.
Nick Takeda, you haven't seen it.
So this was a censorship idea that went horrible.
Yeah,
they
that's
just
Mr. Popo.
turned him
That's what I was
blue.
talking about earlier.
So yeah, you were talking about Trudeau's blackface, and I thought, you know what, we should just talk about this.
It was.
I mean, that's what Trudeau would dress up as, right? And he's like, blackface and like, I'm a dumbass.
I want to say this was one of the
I'm a retard.
Kids dub or something. One of the dubs.
Tongue out and everything.
Yeah, it was the 4 Kids.
Like they did this thing with One Piece. One of the characters, one of the bad guys, longtime bad guy, smokes. Well, Sanji, the cook, smokes.
Oh, yep. And they give him a lollipop instead.
Yeah,
they replace guns all the time too.
Well, with one of the bad guys, I can't remember, but he would smoke, but he had these ice powers.
Yeah, it's Captain Smoker.
So they did away with the cigar, and it just looked like he had cold breath.
Oh, wow.
But
so this is supposed to be a genie.
Is this a little clip, or is this just
nope? This is just another instance of censorship. But like, I think it was supposed to mimic cartoons way back in the day. But like the character design, he's supposed to be a genie. I think like
Sure, a genie.
Yeah, a genie. Like he has the magic carpet, the whole bit.
The genie that assists another man in his palace.
Yes, he does do that.
They did the same with Jinx. They did the same coloring, almost the same coloring.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be
Oh my gosh. So Dragon Ball Z Abridged did something freaking hilarious with Popo and Jinx.
I don't want to know.
Kami comes up and he's like, I believe he said he was having a booty call. And Kami's off the lookout, and it zooms in on the lookout, and all you hear is cheeks, cheeks, cheeks. And he goes, shut up, bitch, you love it.
Oh my god.
Sorry, since you're at my home, can I just get your name and your badge number, please?
Sorry.
I have a card here.
Okay.
It's Eric Ingram.
Thank you.
And this is just some information about peaceful protests. That's all it is.
Okay, so you saw something on my Facebook?
No, on the Facebook group.
Okay. And decided to come to my personal residence to give me information about peaceful protest?
Yes.
Okay, so are the Peterborough Police, no, you're with OPP? Are you guys now monitoring people's Facebook pages? Yes. Or Facebook groups to who comments as to what their status updates are or what they're doing?
Yes,
or
they have
within the
been.
groups?
They have
the
been.
protests happening province-wide, yes, we have been monitoring the protests.
Okay.
So there's a protest coming up. I'm simply providing you with information about a peaceful protest, and now I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
That is all.
So
Don't see you
the
stepping
Ontario
away.
Provincial Police are watching what people are doing on Facebook in different groups, whether or not they're commenting, participating, liking.
Yes,
and you guys are
bitch.
now doing service
Facebook
calls
sells your
to give
information
people
for
information
the cheap.
about peaceful protest.
It's just a proactive measure to make sure you understand your rights about peaceful protesting.
Absolutely. I have a copy of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, so I'm well within that and very understanding of that. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that you guys aren't going to waste our tax dollars continuing to do this to everybody, but now it's nice to know that we're being watched. So,
If you have any questions, my cell phone number is on the card.
thank you.
Why the fuck are you still an officer? How about that?
You know she got her ass chewed out by her boss when this came out.
Oh, she's going to jail when the trials start, right? Like she's going to say, I was following orders, and they're going to throw her ass in prison for 5 years as a neo-Nazi.
Yep.
That's
You know what I
how
would've
it's
done
kind
with
of
that?
like what happens when regimes change, right? This is not going to be pretty.
Did you ever see that Brandon Fraser, Adam Sandler movie Airheads back in the 90s?
Yes.
There are these wannabe rock stars who can't catch a break, so they hold hostage this radio station hostage.
Oh, jeez.
And they do it with squirt guns full of hot sauce, but they look like machine guns. It's funny. It's one of the funniest movies. Well, they finally okay, we'll give in to your demands, and they bring in this really crappy contract. Like they lose all rights to their music. You know what Brandon Fraser's character does with it? He drops his pants in front of everybody and just wipes his ass with it. That's what that lady should have done. She just, okay, hold up. What? There you go, officer. God, I hate these people.
Then she would have been taken away.
Yeah, she's probably true.
I love that Popo is still on the screen.
That was a good character, though. He was a good character.
Oh, excellent
in Dragon
character.
Ball.
Very memorable. Like, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. This kind of stuff is culture, bro. Like, you shouldn't get rid of it. It's history.
He was actually at one time stronger than Goku.
Yeah, he's stronger than frickin' Goten and Trunks when they're both fighting him in Super Saiyan.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I was thinking original Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah. He was whooping Goku's ass.
Goku, for a while, couldn't lay a finger on him.
No, couldn't touch him.
He's fatter in the second one, too.
Yeah, actually, his
well, that might be a different scene.
Yeah, maybe it's cropped differently.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
now.
look,
I see
the clouds aren't there. The clouds aren't there.
Yeah, but this is about as bad as the was that I can't remember the Keanu Reeves movie, but no, it was Die Hard. It was instead of Yippee Ki-Yay motherfucker, it was Yippee Ki-Yay mother father.
Oh, dude, have you've seen snakes on a plane? I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. You know, so they changed that in the FX version to make it say, "I'm tired of these monkey fighting the snakes on this Monday to Friday plane."
What?
Are you kidding me?
No, let me find the clip. I'll find the clip.
Oh, that hurts.
Enough is enough. It's so classic.
I love Samuel L. Jackson, but that was his worst movie.
I want to see it.
I mean, that was everyone's worst movie.
What I've heard, he's a pretty nice, down-to-earth kind of guy, though.
Seems as though Elon Musk is trending for some weirdness, some discrimination thing.
What's the hardest working African American trending for?
Racism. Something about segregating black workers into porch monkey stations, slave ship stations, plantation stations, scrubbing floors on their hands and knees.
Lol, what?
If this is all true. This is from Vote Blue. So
I haven't heard the word porch
but I
monkey
can't
since
get
2006.
the actual article to come up.
I mean, I would assume the only people who use the word porch monkey are Vote Blue.
Well, it's kind of what I was kind of thinking. It's like, well, coming out of the horse's mouth.
I mean, these are the same people who made Uncle Tim trend on Twitter, right? Like, why are we listening to them about who's racist? They got pissed off a black man didn't say what they told them to.
Yeah, legit.
Frogman, you want to share my screen? I found that clip we were talking about.
Sure. There you go.
Excellent.
Is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
What?
God almighty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's just classic right there.
I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Good God.
It's so perfect.
Just so crazy.
God.
Bum 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 bum.
We're not singing songs. Stop it.
Mr. Sandman.
Stop it.
Yelling timber. It's going down.
I'm on the dance. Let's make a night. You won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget.
Hey, who sings that?
I don't know. Should I let them?
Kesha?
Apparently not Jimmy.
You called me out on it.
Nerd.
So I was in Asia when this song was popular, which meant it was at every karaoke bar around me, very loudly, all night. So it's just for me the theme song of Asia.
Wait, which one?
Timber.
Oh God. That was from like, what was it, Shepherd or something? Or what's the name of that group? I don't freaking remember.
Kesha.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Thank you for that.
I don't think I've ever seen the music video for this. Okay, anyway.
It's going down.
Every time you play a video, my connection just drops. So I hear nothing for like 15 seconds.
That's the delay.
Making my way downtown with this bitch. She's gonna make me a sandwich.
Get for living in Florida. Man. Oh my lord, what in the world are we doing? He's like, what, you want copyright strike?
Oh boy.
I killed it. Sorry.
Oh, you took it. Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't think we can
I tried to reshare it real quick because I seen that it went to a certain picture and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, the music video starts off with a horse.
Didn't Pizaki's on there?
Susan.
Did you know Susan has a free speech award?
Oh my freaking God. What?
The elites are gonna circle jerk's gonna jerk itself, I guess.
Very true, yes, but still.
I mean, you can just like buy yourself an award.
Do you realize that the way you get a Hollywood Walk of Star is on the Walk of Fame is buying it, donating to the city a certain amount of money? That's why.
There you go.
It should have a little hunter above it. That would be even better.
I got one.
What the hell's up with this door? What the hell's up with this door?
Someone get a wreck in here.
What the hell?
Oh, what? I was looking through my file folder and I heard this screeching. I'm like, what the hell? I thought someone like Koolfrogg's house had fallen. The guy who did his voice for like 20 years got me too.
Ah, rough.
What?
Really? Big old black guy too that did that little Elmo voice. It was so funny.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Where is it? No, I have it somewhere. I got too many memes and stuff on my computer.
Yeah, that's what he's looking through. He's like, oh, all these memes. Not the porn. It's the memes that are annoying.
Let's see. Here's one I made a couple years ago. Hopefully, it won't take too long to share.
I also have one. Rich
As long as it'll be stuck in my head now.
People with dirt on the clit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about true. That's all you get to take with you.
They either do that, or it's they Epstein themselves.
Or
Did you all
they
actually
make you
hear-
commit suicide by 2 shotgun blasts to the back of your head?
No, the guy who
Yes.
broke the tarmac summit, between Bill and what's her name, suicided a couple weeks ago.
No.
No, hey.
It's like just add another to the list.
Here's this though.
Welcome to Redland Skate Park, pussy!
I don't know who that kid thinks he is. I am not a pussy. I am a strong, independent man, and my mom says that I am smart and that I am handsome. Mom.
I'm not a pussy.
Oh, okay. Thought there was something else for me to share.
Hold on, I'm getting there. Nope.
No.
Give it a minute. I should have restarted my computer today.
And that always the thing that messes the most things up is restarting a computer, because
No, it's leaving it on too long.
Tells you to.
I have to restart mine once a day because Bluetooth dies.
Somewhere out there, a little 2-year-old girl has a mommy who's a stripper, a daddy who's a crackhead, and her grandpa is the president. Fact check.
That is actually true.
The legitimate president of the United States. He is your president.
The most legitimate potato ever to be elected to office ever.
More votes than Obama.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
I got one more that's not political. Gotta find.
I got one. I got one for you.
So much shit.
I mean, at what point are we going to ask questions when it's like, okay, and like the totals come in from, like, let's say Virginia or something, and it's like 200% over.
Which ones will fuck broke into your house? Which ones will fuck broke into your house? Which ones will fuck broke into your house?
Quality. High quality.
New footage.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just breached the Capitol again. Police are squabbling with protesters.
Look at all the
there we go.
All the police that just turned around and came to
And they just breached the Capitol again.
Emirates Jones has had that clip forever. Emirates Jones had that clip forever. He had that like the day it happened. I mean, like, that was nowhere on any news, on any major news sites. It was all alternative.
Where is it? Can't find this meme I made.
I have no idea why Putin feels so emboldened to invade Ukraine right now. That's awesome. Somebody did a good job.
Well, I have voiced my perspective on the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. on previous live streams, but that is funny.
Yeah, I found it because I'm stupid and blind.
No.
Freaking
Well,
fraud.
we can help point those facts out to you. You don't have to do it yourself.
Gee, thanks. No, but y'all remember the movie Demolition Man? The movie that turned out to be a documentary. Oh, I love that guy. I love that guy. Doesn't he do like videos every conventions every year?
I think so, yeah.
We had at my last convention that I worked at, my local one, we had a guy dressed as Vacation Deadpool. And he had a sign that really made me do a double take. That scared the crap out of me for a second. It was a sign that said Grodd, like those church protesters. It said Grodd hates Flash.
Ooh.
And it scared the crap out of me.
I would be concerned for his safety.
Deal with this.
Do y'all remember that scene?
Yeah, of course, yeah. The Westboro Baptist Church.
No, I'm talking about my meme.
Oh, what do we got?
Yeah.
Just violent verbal.
Yep.
I saw someone actually worked out how to use the 3 seashells. Basically, you just take the seashell and scoop it out. Yeah. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, it's not in the movie. But think about it. The world is... God, I can't believe that movie came out to be a documentary.
Predictive programming, ladies and gentlemen.
That was back when movies could be fun. You could just have explosions, murder, mayhem, and hot chicks.
It seems today.
I'm sounding like an old man, I know. In my day, we gotta have hot topless women in our movies.
That all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Yeah. Just think.
But it was violence with a purpose, though, right?
Yeah, it all had a purpose.
Being fucking awesome.
It wasn't just like in a lot of today's TV shows where it's just like, oh yeah, let's just depict a bunch of horrible murder for the sake of, like, I don't know, horrifying you for no reason. It's like, but why? It's a TV show.
I think there's a point where gratuitous violence like has a point to it. Like have you seen Invincible?
Oh yeah. That gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
You know what they saying, ho?
Snack bar.
Hey, you know what they saying, ho? Hey, you know what they saying, though? Hey, you know what they... Yeah. You know what they... Yeah. Hey. And I say it with a passion. As I pull off in the ass.
All about music.
Don't nobody like his ass, huh? Tried to cover
You
up
guys
and tell the
dancing
people
with
go
fucking
Brandon.
guns, fucking idiots.
But we know what they saying, though. You can hear the chant in every post. Don't nobody want this commie cause we not in China. Everybody hated Trump and now they out to catch a body. That's what they get for treating
Is he
us
dressed
like
as a
we in
woman?
Squid Games. Green light mandate like he's insane. These times people waking up to everything. Go Brandon, but we all know what the saying mean. Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. You know what they saying, ho? Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. You know what they saying, ho? Let's go Brandon. You know what...
Did y'all ever hear about the guy who, when Biden and his wife were doing the NORAD Santa tracking call in, And as he's hanging up, he says, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yep.
Biden's
Yeah,
like,
let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Yeah.
And then Jill's face.
I agree. Let's go, Brandon.
That was some quality entertainment. Although that guy got dragged.
Didn't we have a conversation on one of our shows for at least a good half hour about it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh yes, thoroughly.
Probably before I came around.
Thoroughly discussed that topic. NBC said it was a white supremacist slur.
Well, honking is now white supremacist. Don't you know that?
Yes, honking your horn.
Honking.
You can tell the First
signaling
Nations
the
people, their
okay.
display of white supremacy is clearly horrible, right? Like,
They'd be like crazy lefties now. It'll be like, we need to have a movement to take out car horns. No more car horns, no more horns of any kind because it's white supremacy. Some crazy wacko lefty on Twitter. It's going to be like, hashtag get rid of the honkies. Get rid of the horns and the freaking cars. Some wacko crazy is going to say that. You watch.
I think a lot of them are just going to break. Like, they're not going to be able to handle a genuine populist movement revealing that they've been astroturfing fascists the whole time.
Oh, you mean like the lefties?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll just like collapse in the street and like their brains will melt. Their heads will erupt.
Like, yelling at me about how the truckers are right wing. I'm like, bro, Russell Brand is like talking about how we need a communist revolution. He's yelling out, "Go truckers!" Like, this is the least right wing thing I've ever seen.
Do y'all remember the movie Little Giants?
No.
It's about this group of misfits want to play football, but their pee-wee team won't let them, so they start their own team. This guy, he's sickly, he's small, and this is what his mother puts him in for practice. His overprotective mother. This is what they're going to want. They're going to want us just wrapped up in bubble wrap and talking about. I got another one.
Oh no, they want you in a pod, and then they want to give you things, and then you can slowly depopulate yourselves.
Eat all the bugs.
Eat all the bug. Yes, eat all. The bubble wrap will be your pod.
It's just
it will feed you cockroaches till you die.
It's like one of my friends, her son actually stabbed a student with a pencil and got nothing. I'm like, I would have been suspended for that for like 10 days back in my day.
I feel like both more students stabbed each other in my day, and we got in more trouble than that for it.
I mean,
now let me tell you about my day.
It's like that girl that we watched like beat the ever-loving hell out of the other girl. That was like, what was that, for like a minute and a half of just her just like beating the hell out of her and like knocking her unconscious, and she's like her head's just like been bashed against the desk in front of her, like that clip from, what was it, like Twitter or TikTok or whatever you shared, Koolfrogg? It's like that, and then the teacher's just like, "Hey, stop! Stop! Help!
Are teachers trained to deal with stuff like that even?
To an extent.
I mean, I wouldn't even try to in these days. Like, they got mad at the cop who intervened when that girl almost stabbed another one, right?
Oh, geez, that was nuts.
Break that bitch's arm.
Like, she was about to stab somebody. That's the only reason the cop got involved.
Some people were saying that cop should have shot the knife out of the girl's hand.
I'm like
he's supposed to be John Wick.
Superhero movies, right? Like,
is that really their frame of reference? Like, they actually believe people can do that shit?
Yes,
their only frame of reference is superhero movies.
They're literally that stupid. Yes.
It's insane. They are insane.
It's like, why couldn't you just shoot his pinky toe off? I mean, like, God.
I gotta wait a whole fucking hour for 420.
Like, graze the side of his ankle. Like, geez, like, why couldn't?
Why can't you just shoot around the
We're
corner?
not sitting here until 4:20. That's for sure. Well,
Nerd, you should have me on your channel sometime, man. I'd love to talk nerdy shit.
Sure, man. Add me on Twitter. It's actually Nerd Tremble on Twitter.
Nerd Tremble, yeah, bet, dog. I'm at Real Anime Rich.
Yeah, I've been a nerd since before it was.
I'm still waiting for my invite. That's all right.
I'm still trying to figure out how to edit fucking videos. Because all I have is this one little laptop monitor, and OBS is like it's giving me problems.
You need a second monitor for sure.
Yeah, I gotta save up for a new monitor.
Oh, you're already following me. How am I not following you? What the fuck? Yo, the Enterprise. That's what's up.
No, I believe that's an Akira.
Oh, my mistake. See, I'm not as knowledgeable about Star Trek.
It's bad.
On a black screen. Is that what you're doing? What's going on?
Oh, I thought. Why did it go down? What happened?
What?
I wanted to. Let's see. Damn it! My bad.
That's all right. Not like the audience is being bored or anything because
Shut up. The Akira,
How dare you?
the Akira class starship was the Federation's answer to the Cardassian border wars, and it's the closest after the Defiant. It's the closest to a warship the Federation ever had, and some versions it's more of an aircraft there. It has a not this one. Yeah, I made this meme a couple months ago talking about the.
We need to send these dumbass people out
was
to
it,
orbit.
Was the Kobayashi Maru much smaller than this?
Kobayashi Maru was not actual ship; it was a program.
Oh, I see. It was a training program.
Yeah, they would use it. There was no way of winning. It was to test a captain's how he would handle a no-win situation.
See, I thought that was a reference to a long ago episode, like
no,
in that new movie.
Kobayashi Maru has been a thing since the original series.
Oh,
the only person who ever beat it was Kirk, and just like in the movie, he cheated. He had reprogrammed.
I mean, Outpost Nerd, I wouldn't have a problem with that picture actually being of a spaceship, just like like bubble some of these dumbasses up and just like send them into orbit. Like, I have no problem with that.
Pretty much, yeah.
If that's the spaceship, like, yes, we'll just put you in this stupid like little bubble that you always wanted, right? Just shoot you off.
Like Meet the Robinsons.
You can go explore space.
But the Akira is one of my favorite classes of starship because it's more of an aircraft carrier almost.
Okay.
Because it has
it carries smaller fighters.
Yeah, below the I'm trying to find a picture of it. Below the deflector dish on the front it goes from the front to the very back a hangar.
Okay.
And it has fighters. It's a very underused ship. You haven't seen it very much in any of the shows, but Nick Rekieta had a guy, Doug Tenaple, I think his name was. No, that's not Tenaple.
Pretty cool.
He
Earthworm Jim.
Yeah. He actually designed the ship for the First Contact, I believe it was.
Oh, sick.
And because he also developed the NX-01 for the show. But god dang it, Doc, why are you doing it? fucking computer. I'm gonna put my fist in this damn thing.
I've seen it happen.
But the coolest thing is,
it's crashed, hit every button. Hurry up.
It has a pod along a catamaran on the back that has like 6 or 7 torpedo launchers. It has about maybe 2 or 3 dozen phaser banks. It is one of the coolest, most underused ships in Star Trek history. It's so underused they don't even have a model for it. It's all been CGI'd. What is it going on?
Oh, dude, practical effects win out every time.
This was about around the time, they started getting away with First Contact. They started getting away from practical models in the franchise. Now you have ships like the USS Pizza Cutter in Discovery, which is the most god awful Star Trek show.
So you're a Discovery fan?
Oh hell no! Oh yeah, that's where World War III is going to be.
Don't be silly. They'll invade Taiwan too.
You can see all the battalions. This is a map showing location of Russian troops around Ukraine. So look at all of the Russian battalions of troops in occupied territories that they're just, they have it surrounded.
See, and my thing is, I don't buy any of the Western media talking about anything to do with Russia at this point. Like nothing.
Yeah,
I don't believe anything that these people say about Russia, because they want this war so freaking bad. And every time I hear Putin talk, he's like, folks, listen, you all keep talking about dropping nukes. We have nukes too. How about we stop being children? It's like, nope. They just keep going. They just keep pushing this stuff, and like, Putin wants to control the world. Putin wants to blow up everything. Putin wants to do this. It's like I don't believe any of this. I don't like I'm sure he has people on his border, but it's like, oh, he's going to invade Ukraine, and it's all going to be like, he's going to start World War III because he's a psychomaniac.
Хочу еще раз все-таки подчеркнуть это. Я говорил, но мне очень бы хотелось, чтобы вы меня услышали все-таки в конце концов и донесли это до своих читателей, зрителей и пользователей в интернете. Но вы понимаете или нет, что если Украина будет в НАТО и военным путем будет возвращать себе Крым, европейские страны автоматически будут втянуты в военный конфликт с Россией. Конечно, потенциал объединенной организации НАТО и России несопоставим. Мы понимаем. Но мы также и понимаем, что Россия одна из ведущих ядерных держав. По некоторым компонентам, по современности даже многих опережает. Победителей не будет. И вы окажетесь втянутыми в этот конфликт помимо своей воли. И вы даже не успеете глазом моргнуть, когда будете исполнять пункт 5 Римского договора. Господин президент, конечно, не хочет этого развития. И я не хочу. И я не хочу. Поэтому здесь и находится и мучает меня 6 часов подряд вопросами, гарантиями, вариантами решения. Ну, я считаю, что это благородная миссия. И благодарен ему за то, что он предпринимает такие усилия. Со своей стороны будем делать все для того, чтобы найти вот эти компромиссы, которые всех устраивают. Хочу еще раз все-таки подчеркнуть это. Я говорил, но мне очень бы хотелось, чтобы вы меня услышали все-таки в конце концов. И донесли это до своих читателей, зрителей и пользователей в интернете. Но вы понимаете или нет, что если Украина будет в НАТО, и
contractors. Oh, is this still going? Is this the same?
No, this is replaying.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was repeating. But like, I mean, we already have contractors in Ukraine. Like, that's how we get by with this shit. Is like, Ukraine will contract U.S. contractors, British contractors, French, German contractors, and they'll bring them into Ukraine to fight in behalf of the Ukrainian army. And then it'll be like, oh, it's all Ukrainian army. It's like, no, like you're literally bringing in freaking Canadian people even. Like you're bringing in these people in Ukraine, and Russia knows this. This is a full-blown proxy war that's been going on forever, since like 2014. And Russia has had enough of this stupid shit on their border when Ukraine isn't even a member of NATO.
They're a friend of NATO.
Yes, after their government was overthrown in 2014 through a color revolution, aided and abetted by, you know, the globalist hacks and the NATO people and all the rest.
See, I see that that's
We're just gonna sit
circled
here
all
and
over the
hop back and
place.
forth from
But this looks
reality.
cool as shit.
What I was talking about earlier, you see, the same guy designed both ships.
Yeah.
You can see the similarities. And on the top ship, that buoy right there I was talking about.
Yeah.
On the top, that's an insane weapons port. And right here on the front of it, that's the hangar that goes all the way back.
What was it about the weapons?
It was packed with a shit ton of weapons.
Pew pew.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boom.
But I don't have the specs.
Oh my god, it's a Russian bot, and look, it says "Yum today." Like, what the hell is this? Like, every freaking time that anybody even says the word Russia or like Russia, Ukraine, there's always some freaking Russian bot that comes in or something, or somebody. It's always types in "Yum today." It's the same message. What the hell? Comrade.
Did y'all ever see that movie, The Guardians? It was basically the Russian Avengers.
No.
What is this bridge? Sorry.
Isn't that the one that's like we were talking about earlier? It's like 28% of the cargo or goes over that.
No, that's a much larger. We're talking that road there is like freaking. What is it, like 8 lanes or something, or like 10 lanes or whatever? Like, I mean, that's huge. That's a massive road.
This is just a little 4-lane, still a very, very congested bridge.
I could still walk over it.
That's
all.
Where is it
Really want
located
the
at,
pizza rolls in that truck there.
Pizza rolls.
They're like, just block it off.
I'll take ham steaks in that one.
Ooh, food.
I want pizza now. Damn it.
I know, right?
I am here to make you hunger.
I wonder how they plan on getting the trucks out.
No, I don't. They can try. They can do whatever they want to try, but they're not going to succeed.
They'll like blow up the bridge. It's like,
got them.
We stopped the traffic jam. The traffic jam. Oh, damn.
It's like I saw a Vine not Vine. That God, how old am I? TikTok a couple of days ago. It was on a farm, and they were replacing the tire on this tractor. And he does what a lot of people do, that he just sprays the inside of the wheel and lights it on fire. And that makes the wheel expand over the rim. And this tractor had to pop up at least 8 feet. It was so much force behind that.
Oh yeah,
just think how it's going to be near impossible if some people decide just to scrap their trucks and leave them.
All you have to do is walk up and cut one of the brake lines. Because as soon as the air pressure goes out of the system, the brakes fail safe on the truck to stop it, as if it was carrying a trailer at full weight. And so that shit isn't moving. Like, you would have to pick it up off the ground.
Not friendly advice, just fruit for thought.
Hypothetically speaking, Susan, we're just.
I mean, trust me, every trucker there already knows how to keep it from moving.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm just reminded of all those kingdoms that eventually got to the point where they were like fighting with their peasants and trying to encourage the like knights to stab the people growing their food. And I can't think of any of them where that really worked out well.
No.
Is a war with Russia, and we cannot let this happen. Again, please give us your analysis.
You know, the story is very simple. The thing is that globalists now are looking for the so-called casus belli, the reason to start a war. Now everyone has internet. Everyone has an opportunity to petition, to organize demonstrations, protests. You don't even have to go outside. You can send a lot of messages in support of those people who want peace. We want peace. We
Go
can
away,
agree on
Dimitri.
practically everything. We
I am
need to
already
talk to
watching
each
these
other.
fools. They
Alex,
buy everything.
you are very popular, and you can organize with the Russian political scientists, with Ukrainian political scientists in Russia, to organize a meeting, a conversation with the Russian political scientists, because the globalists are afraid of the light. They work in shadow. When you turn the light on, they run around scared. We need to turn the light on. We need the enlightenment. We need to show what is really happening. We need to show another point of view on what is happening in Ukraine and Russia and America. That's what's important. I saw your reports on what happened near the White House when the Trump authority was trampled, and when ordinary people who went to the White House to protest against globalist counter-revolution, they were all arrested. They were thrown in prison. And the globalists dubbed them terrorists. They thought that these people, they said that these people must be shot dead. And I think that information is the power. And the information, true, real information from first-hand people who have first-hand experience, it will in the end prevail. But we need to talk more and more. We need to talk truth.
It's like the Major always says, the information is ammunition.
Decided the ocean.
Uh-oh. We lost somebody.
We did.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, there he is.
He
just didn't want to watch the Russian stuff.
Yeah, you know, you really just got to be careful.
That was a great interview, by the way. That came out today.
Right.
I watched it.
I found Russian really Louis Anderson very informative. But he's right, though. The guy's right, though. We need to shine a light on this stuff. I mean, there's so many parts of the government. Hell, there's no way that a single person can know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like secret organizations. You know that trope you sometimes see in comics. Oh, we're part of this organization so secret, even the CIA doesn't know about us.
Shadow organizations.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's shit like that going on.
What if there's people manipulating the WEF?
I don't know it. What's the WEF? It won't be stupid.
World Economic Forum. That's yeah, that's the Great Reset people. You know, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates.
It's Emperor Palpatine in this group.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Prince Charles, right? Comes in and says we need a military response to climate change at a global scale.
Why do all these people look like dried up ball sack?
Called keeping it in the family.
Don't seem like they're doing great.
Like, you know, when the ball sack just get real wrinkly.
Well, when you're nobility, there's only so many people in the
When your body temperature increases and your balls kind of descend away from your body.
Oh my god!
You get really
like when it crinkles up and it's all wrinkly as shit.
Oh, when you get really cold and your balls shrivel up.
yeah, they look like shriveled nutsack.
He's talking about when you got a clit in a walnut.
Or it's like that early episode of Family Guy when Stewie jumps into the pool for the first time. He's like, bloody hell, I'm a woman!
Don't look at your daddy's dick when he's walking down the hallway Sunday morn. An acorn in a bed of hair is all you're gonna see down there.
God help me.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's getting late. I'm getting delirious.
Do you like the
Yeah, no
forum that
kidding.
you got brought into?
It's like when you catch one of your grandparents actually accidentally see them naked walking out of the bathroom, and it just scars you for life.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Look how hype he is for that. He's just begging to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Have y'all ever seen? Let me bring that up.
No. 2 or 3 of us are going to say no, and the other 2 are possibly going to say yes.
What is? I can't remember his name. What is his name?
What does he do?
No,
He who?
what's his name? Super Saiyan guy. InfoWars
Alex
guy.
Jones?
Alexander Emirates Jones.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm
just kidding.
My brain,
Yes, it was.
like I said, my brain is just going.
No, your brain's just fine. Your brain's just set on bullshit as opposed to other things.
What?
I'm just picking on him.
Actually posted like pictures and video of him young.
Alex Jones
Oh.
Young?
Yes, those
Yeah.
those things of like when he was younger and he was going around like, oh God.
No.
The
He
one,
was
I like
buff.
the
He was
video
like-
of him and Joe Rogan together.
He would work out. He was buff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's him.
Alex Jones.
Wow.
All right, enough of that gay stuff. Sorry, but
He went to the gay side of his computer and he found that. He's like,
That's the folder next to the memes.
smart ass.
third folder.
The third one's for Fuda.
Oh hey.
The third one
here's
is where I
this.
keep all my Nick Nose porn.
I've got a great
And,
story for you guys.
I don't know if it'll share the
Jimmy,
I
whatever
don't
story
know
came up in the
if I want
context
your
of that,
gay
just keep it to
stories.
yourself. Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not from me. I have it pulled up.
Oh no.
I mean, this was nonstop. Another night, Bonehead came home high on heroin, and he decided to make French fries. So he put the pot out. Remember in the '80s, they had those pots you could bring it home with the hot oil, and they would boil, and you could throw French fries. America went crazy over them. I forgot what they were. Crazy. Everybody was
French
making,
fry machines.
Everybody was making onion rings and shit. Well, he did heroin and knotted up.
Left
And
that
the
thing
fucking
running.
thing went on fire. We're
course
all,
it did.
we're all in the fucking house.
Oh Jesus!
All right. I
And
wake
it's
up.
oil.
I wake up to boom.
He's probably
and
saying
alarms,
about the Fry
and
Daddy.
Kurt's waking me up, and
Fry
we're out of
Daddy
the house,
was
and the
huge.
father's outside, and the grandmother.
It's like everybody
and the
had a
fire
Fry
department
Daddy.
crawls on top of the roof.
That must
Joe,
have been
and
what
they
it
hit
was.
The fucking roof to let the smoke out, and fire trucks are coming from the side, laying water, and they got the sirens. In the middle of all this, it's 8 a.m, and we all look around and go, "Oh my God, Emil's still in the house. Bonehead was still in the house on fire." Bro, they turn the fire off, they go in. He's still with his feet up, with his hands crossed,
Just heroin out of his mind.
watching TV like nothing happened.
He slept through the fire.
Oh my God, everything. When they woke him up, he goes, "Are my fries ready?" This is how crazy this family was. Are my fries ready?
Are my
They're like,
fries
Bonehead,
ready?
we have 2 fucking battalions out there. We got half of 9/11 out there.
Oh my God!
And you're still fucking sleeping.
Oh my God! They burned.
so fucking good. We have half a 9/11 up there. You're still fucking sleeping. This is the funniest man alive right here, Joey Coco Diaz, man. Check him out.
Well,
y'all, I gotta get going. I'm nodding off. It's been fun.
Yeah, man. Hey, hit me up if you're trying to do a show.
Yeah, I will, man.
Well, he's got a couple people that he's going to invite into shows at some point in time once he figures out how to actually do that.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
He's working on it. We'll get there.
Talk to you later.
And night, man.
Night.
Later.
All right, later.
Well, I know you appreciate my son, George Bush, but we sure as
I
hell
lead
don't.
to this.
Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the belly of the beast, crashing through the lies and disinformation. No compromise. One day closer to victory. It's Joe Rogan, baby. Oh, shit, I broke the mask. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Central Texas, capital wars.
In the belly!
Their vision to make us fall. It's the belly of the beast, heart of the empire, Bush Imperium, raw, endless darkness. It's the belly of the beast, truth with no compromise. Live from Austin, Texas.
I love it's just Joe Rogan ripping bongs for
It's
people.
the belly of the beast! 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 Belly! Central Texas! Belly of the beast! Who dares to travel in the darkest Mordor? Joe Rogan enters the Central Texas heart of the Dark Empire. This is the belly of the beast! 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 Yeah! Yeah!
They need to do a buddy cop series.
Oh, God.
Rolling. Well, we're here in Austin, Texas. My son, the governor, is the president now, and well, I just hope everybody enjoys 4 years of living hell.
Oh, is it on repeat or something?
It must.
Anyway.
It must. So, with all that being said, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
A lot of changing subjects back and forth. A lot of interesting stuff. So maybe we can get a couple extra people to come in here next time. We do a larger group.
Yeah.
Being that I have the space, I was hoping to, I was having an issue last week with space, and this week I'm like, all right, fine. We'll spend a few dollars and we'll have space. No, I can't fill the space. Isn't
refuse to go along with this, and I've seen through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
I think I boomed for that one.
Oh, I don't want to know about that. That's kind of a strange thought.
It's a patriotic boner. It's a patriotic boner.
So, like I said, that being said, let's get out of here. What do you guys say? Done?
Yeah, let's do some shilling and then get the hell.
Sounds good.
Round robin, Super Saiyan shots.
America shirts.
Free.
Rfirst.com. Get your based t-shirts, and you can get 15% off anything in the store by using the discount code Koolfrogg. That's 15% off anything in the store. Grab my new Free Canada shirt. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and get some conversations started and tell people what's going on. Support freedom. Just any way you can. There you go.
Epic.
Jimmy.
All right. You can follow me here on YouTube at Jimmy YouTube, or you can follow me at the Atlas Pass on Rumble, Odyssey, and TikTok. Or you can hit up my Twitter page at Real Anime Rich.
And as you can see, Mike Hunt is Mike Hunt. He's never going to change. He's always going to be the same Mike Hunt.
Yeah, he's Mike. He's just here.
He's always be Mike Hunt. And I am Koolfrogg. You can actually find me almost every night. I don't know if I'm going to use America Frog ever again, unless we do a big roundtable again. We'll do a fun little thing like we did tonight. Other than that, if you want to support me, go to buymeacoffee.com/Koolfrogg and show some love. Go to that Linktree/Koolfrogg, and there's tons of places you can follow me, almost anywhere and everywhere that you can possibly think. If I notice that I actually catch a following somewhere that I don't have content, I'd start producing content for that following. So, I mean, if you're like, oh, I don't want to be the only person, you'd get actual special content that would be just for you. Go and hit up one of these other sites and just sub to me. I'll know. I'll get a notice that says that I got a sub, and I'll go and I'll do something for you. That being said, everybody say goodbye.
Later, peeps.
See ya.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.